Hello, everybody.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
No way, we're missing Mad's food.
I know, just entirely. There's just no Mads at all. She's just gone.
Amazing.
Welcome in, everybody.
It's always shy. Is it not always shy? It's always shy.
Where is... Oh, I see. It's underneath the... Since we're not actually playing quite yet, let's go ahead and just put on this wonderful little animated backdrop. But, welcome in, everybody. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday. I hope it's been going well. I know it's crazy out there, so I hope everybody's having a good time, or at least doing good and safe, and having maybe a snack and something to sip on, whether that is St. Patrick's Day alcohols or water or something in between. I have 4 drinks, all non-alcoholic. Take that as you will.
True. How many ADHD drinks do you have at your desk, chat? Be honest. I have 3.
Oh.
It could be 4 if we're drinking. I have my water,
I could have 5.
my
No.
flavor beverage.
I would
have
just...
caffeine and I have water.
Glorious. Is it caffeinated water?
No, I have water and I have caffeine, as in coffee.
Ah. I hear those are made out of the same things.
Not really. One also has fancy stuff in it.
Ooh, fancy stuff.
Yeah.
To be
I
fair.
also have gotten food. So, yummy!
Yippee!
Yay!
Someone's gonna eat. Oh my god, it's the other wife. Hi, wife!
Hello, I'm here with also food.
Hello.
Amazing.
Let's
We're all
go.
ready.
Everybody's got food. Everybody's got drinks. If I end up with alcohol, I'm putting it in my ginger tea, and I'm going to see how that turns out.
Oh,
Interesting.
need some of that liquid courage. I still have to call my boss after this.
Oh.
Oh, no way.
I'm gonna
have to
eat
call your-
first. Yeah, she called
You
me
have
in
to
10 minutes ago. She asked
Just
me
be
if I
like-
could come in.
Yeah, say no.
They'll never
I'm
find
going
you
to.
here.
Oh yeah, I'm going to.
Like,
There's no way.
no, sorry. This is my day.
Let's hope I win the
Make my
history
day.
check then, because then I can stall while you make your...
While I do that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could fudge the roll. It's fine, right?
Fudge the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at a nat 20, right?
Yeah.
I believe I'm gonna win this.
I actually do
So
not
I will
have
win.
the ability to fudge a roll. I don't know how to make it. What if I do this? Does this do anything? Holy fuck.
Wow, what are the odds?
Damn.
Well,
That's a pretty
chat,
good
you can't
roll, Mr. DM.
you can't see it, but I rolled a 1D 2020 and I got a roll of 1999. I don't really know what that means. There's something in there. I don't know.
I think it's a Taylor Swift reference.
Who here was born in 1990?
Please don't answer that
Yes,
question.
no.
Don't answer, yeah.
Because I was not. But
Me neither.
what do you got for food? Out of curiosity.
Soup.
Soup? Somebody else had soup. See, Anna.
I was the one that said soup.
I know.
Yeah.
What?
I thought
Okay.
you
He's the
were-
one who said soup this first time.
The soup and the...
You-
What did you get, Sonny? What are you eating?
I have my we'll call it like adult lunchable charcuterie board style stuff.
Love it.
Because I have my I have cheese, I have hummus, I have carrots, I have naan, I have things to dip, I have salami to go with some of this. We're
Yum.
simply ripping things and dipping things and shoving it in my face. That's really it.
I love that.
Nice.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah.
What did you get, Shy? What do you eat?
I made a black bean burger and I don't have I don't have any mayo. So I had to compromise by adding like more pickles than normal to kind of give it a bit more
Gosh.
taste.
Oh.
Okay, I could see why I got confused.
Yep. That's okay.
I understand now. I had a quesadilla. Anyway.
True.
Did it slap you across the face?
Nah, I toasted this one. It didn't need to slap me this time. I had to hold it down the whole time.
Oh,
I can hear that gif still to this day.
it's great.
It was such a loud crack. Like, oh my god, are you okay?
It's such a good gift.
No.
It was such a spicy hit. It was so good.
Also, Mr. DM,
Uh-huh.
Mads is missing.
I do see that. I wasn't sure if that was a me. But let me actually, I don't know why I didn't try to just turn you on and off.
So true.
Yes, I understand the statement of the words I just said. We're gonna move on.
Have you tried turning it off and on again, Mr. DM? I'm pretty sure that's my job. Hey, speaking of, Mr.
Aha.
DM, I'd like to roll to steal your pen.
Oh Jesus!
But I
all
can
right.
wait. I can wait until chat can see, but I thought it was.
There we go. We fixed it, chat. Now you can see the wonderful backdrop of this
Whoa.
tavern that I did not remake in time because I took an entire day and did nothing, and it was great. You always take that day for mental health.
True.
15.
Always inspire the panties. Let's go, Burton, my number one supporter. Let's fucking go.
I cannot
Huge.
wait till you get this again.
Oh, it was better, but it wasn't it. Fuck.
You know what? You know what we'll have to do? You know what we'll have to do? At some point, we'll have to like give you critical like the 19 or 20 is a critical.
Oh, like you're just gonna make it easier.
We give
because
you
I fucking
proficiency
suck?
in panty rolling.
Is it because I'm a level 7 rogue now and nothing that involves dexterity can fail now, including my sleight of hand, Mr. DM? Is that why?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Surely.
Surely.
Surely that is why.
So
Mhm.
announcement stuff.
Yeah.
Firstly, for anybody who has new to the channel, I'm BoldMordred and I do D&D things, and these are my wonderful friends, Sunny, Shy, and Anna. 2 out of 3 are streamers, so please give them a follow. You all came from them, so you should have followed all of them already. But in case you haven't, please do so. I run a lot of D&D things, and we do a lot of world building. And then, if you are interested in playing in one of these sessions, either through a campaign or through one-shots, you can scan that QR code that is below me and sign up on there. Get onto the wait list for the next upcoming one. We are starting to get quite a few signups, so that's pretty exciting. And
That's huge.
it's so huge. I'm very excited. So we're looking at doing that pretty soon.
Who's gonna join us in the universe of chaos?
There's so
Join
much
D&D.
chaos. D&D.
D&D.
Joiners. D&D.
But yeah, I'm super excited. I don't have any other real announcement. Actually, I do have one other announcement that I haven't done a lot of work on as of yet. But we will be doing a 2-year streaming anniversary sometime in the next 2 weeks. I'll be working on that this week.
Ooh.
It's not going to be crazy big, but it'll be something. And it should be a fun time.
Happy 2 years.
2 years, which seems weird to me, but whatever. And
2 years.
that's all I got. No more announcements. So, on that note,
Yep.
we're fudging the
I'm-
roll, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Surely I will win it organically and I won't have to roll it multiple times.
Surely you would win it organically.
Shy rolling that
roll a
one.
one. Should I roll a one?
I'm legitimately excited to see this. I mean,
I will delete
Oh,
my roll and go
God.
again, but roll a 1.
Okay.
Okay.
History. Wait.
Yeah!
What? Let's go.
Yeah!
Mads is, I think, as dumb as Pyrie is, so
Oh,
My negative
-1, baby.
We
Let's
did
fucking
not
go.
have to fudge it. That is like
No
the roll
fudging
of all
required.
time. The
So
gods
good.
knew.
so good.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All
There
right,
we go.
Liari, what do you got?
Yep. Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
True.
So
We're going
true.
Pyrie Core. We're going Caveman Oogie Boogie.
Ungy Mungy.
Everyone go magic shopping. Liari go blacksmith. Mads make friend with Mushroom and get studied. And also look at weapons for free. And Liari and blacksmith fight pro-slavery nonsense, and whole group go pick up Elias at boat dock. And Mads look real mad and scare off bad guys and no fight.
It's a nat
Such
20
you, straight dog
intimidate.
privilege.
and and as per my notes, I now have to say again, and Pyrie did a horse.
Sure did.
Nay. Tell me it's
Nay. And now stay at inn, but colorful dinguses are being rowdy and now must fight smash. I think I did it.
honestly, I think you did as well. I don't
Also,
think
what the hell is the random encounter right now?
right now,
Random encounter
baby.
during my recap.
End of the recap. So we'll make sure everybody is available for that before we. This is gonna change up something
think
I have written down.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's just Burton forcing us to actually Hulk smash.
You know what? He's got the points.
There could have been a peaceful option, maybe, most likely not, but now there is no option. We simply are.
Peace was never an option. I mean,
Peace
maybe
was
it
never
was.
an option.
Bam, 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 bam. Okay, hang on. We're doing stuff in the background, so
A
you
knife
know,
flies and hit Liari, bruh.
bruh, that's wild.
What did I do to deserve this? Hello?
I don't think it's what. I think it's who.
Oh. Have I slutted too close to the sun? Is that what you're telling me? What are you trying to say, Mr. DM?
Yeah. I mean, maybe not too close to the sun. Maybe just somebody specific. I don't know. There's something
Oh.
there. We'll see.
Oh.
It's more of just a joke.
See,
Anyway.
I can't tell if you're bullshitting or if that's like an actual thing that you're giving.
No,
me a hint to,
absolutely
where I'm like, oh,
bullshit.
no.
Absolutely bullshit. There was
I was
nothing
like, oh
there.
my god, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
as soon as we are officially ready, I shall begin.
sound off.
But I also want to make sure that we're not starting without our Mads.
Oh,
I am
I know what I
here.
can do.
Oh,
You
bet.
are here, perfect. I can say what my favorite part is for my D4. In
Oh,
case
you're
I
so
flub
smart.
something.
You're so smart.
My favorite part of last time was probably the interaction of, like, you didn't think that I was going to remember Elias's name, so when I was talking with the blacksmith and we were going around and around for the longest because I was trying to be subtle and she was really, like, forcing me to just say it outright. And we were talking, and then finally she's like, oh, well, you know, I have this friend, E whatever, Thumble, Brumble, Brush, I don't remember what his last name is. But I was like, Elias, and then that like changed the whole encounter entirely because I remembered his name and I thought that was a cool moment.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. D4. Enjoy.
Any
Would
other
it-
favorites?
Would anybody else
My
like a
favorite was
D4?
Scary Dog Privilege by Mads. Thank you. Because that's just
My-
funny.
Honestly, yeah. It's perfect.
I think my favorite part was finding the one lady and then unironically becoming her test subject.
Yeah.
That
Test-
too. That was funny.
Test subject. I love that
And
that
then I
is the
was-
term you used.
And then I was like, I think this lady's like based off of me because she talks in a monotone voice and she has mushrooms on her and tattoos. She's basically me.
True. It's basically shy.
Is this how you're coming out to tell us you're a hive mind? Because this is news to
What do you
me.
mean we are the
We've been a hive
hive mind?
mind.
Oh,
We've been a hive mind for a while.
you're right.
For how many years have we been married?
I don't know.
Plus, y'all are always in each other's heads in the game too. So like,
It's true.
I know.
This is tracking.
Oh God, there's so many layers. You're right.
everybody sip water.
Thank you,
Make
son.
my family drink water.
Oh my god, it's my son.
Oh,
I share with a
family.
mouthful of food.
Small treasure. Let's go.
Small treasure and an encounter. You guys are too much.
We're getting spoiled.
I know.
All right,
A
let's
little.
see who's doing the treasure. Let's see, a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pyre. Roll me a
Whoa.
D100, would you?
Uh,
You don't get to do that often.
no, I don't. I think I've gotten this like one other time.
Ooh, ooh,
But
ooh.
A 5
I
moment.
feel like that's like an oddly low number for this.
It just depends on whichever way DM says it's good. Honestly,
I know, but I mean, like
but
considering
yeah.
1 through 100, I feel like it's just freakishly low.
So you please note for yourself, Pyre, that on the table as you sat here, there is an ornate gold ring, etched with a beautiful silver flourish. That is worth. Bam and bam. It is worth 5 gold and 4 silver.
I'm putting it on.
Hell yeah!
Oh
You
my-
immediately shrink.
Do you
No.
have? Not again. How many fingers do you have left? How many rings are you wearing?
I'm
You
only
put
wearing
on at
one.
4. What?
No,
No way.
no, because I have the. Hold on. I have the funny ring that I found in the beginning,
Uh-huh.
and then this one. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Max
doesn't-
has the other ring.
Yeah, I've
I
got.
know I have a couple rings.
But to
but
be
I
clear,
don't
you
put
did
on.
just shove that ring on, like no checking it out, nothing, just straight on.
Yep, as you do.
Okay. Thank you.
Every time, Mr. DM. Oh God.
That's all. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
She does it without hesitation.
Yeah.
No restrictions. Just puts it on.
You've been consistent for 23 episodes. You've been consistent.
23 episodes. Crazy.
Actually, yeah, that is pretty
No.
high. In 2 episodes, we'll match my longest running campaign. And in 3, we
Wow,
will
really?
be the record.
I was just about to ask if this was everyone's longest campaign or.
Mine for sure. I've never had a reliable group like this. Y'all are cool. Love you guys.
Mwah.
Art.
And then I don't think you two have had any campaigns prior to this because I think you were introduced by me. And
Yeah, I've only
Anna.
done one shots.
Same.
Yeah. And now,
Like Mom. Which, that's something to announce. You should all go, after today's episode, go back and watch Saturday's VOD because it was funny as shit.
oh yeah, it
Oh,
really
yeah,
was.
The one
honestly.
shot was so funny.
Truly amazing.
I was cackling.
Me too.
Okay, I have put together a thing in the background. Hee hee ha ha. Don't worry about it. Yet. Okay.
We're
Now
ready.
that that's done.
worry.
And okay. I am ready. I am set. Are you all ready? Wait, no, have we done all of it? Yeah, we have. Everybody gets D4. I had to think about it. And you have your ring. Mr. Burton, I do note your encounter. It will happen, but we gotta get there. It'll be right there around the corner. It's right there. I could see it. We just gotta do this little bit here.
Surely we just roll ourselves out of this encounter like the
Nope.
last one. Mads make a really mean face again
Oh my god.
because it's funny.
Mads used scary face. It was highly effective.
Okay. So. As you guys have entered in from the outside, it was evening time. You guys were finding your way into the recommended inn to take it easy and take a rest for the evening. So you made your way into the Laughing Cask, which is a very prestigious looking tavern. There we go. Now we got the proper noises. So, as you stepped in to the lively ambience, clinking mugs, boisterous chatter, and the singing of a very nice looking bard. Upon a stage in the center of the room, you entered into the somewhat dimly, shadowy lit tavern and found it one of the only, if only the only, clear table. As you sat down, you made note of a group of individuals across the stage, sitting at a table on the other end of the tavern. You can hear them bantering amongst themselves loudly, so that everyone else can hear them, boasting about past exploits. The loud one, who seems to be the one here, as far as you can tell, could be perhaps human or half elf, some kind of elvish lineage in there. He's being the most obnoxious as he talks all about how they have solved so many quests and done so many good things for so many people, and they're just the best group of people, the best adventurers you've ever seen. Go ahead, if everybody wouldn't mind. I think we did this at the end of last episode, but I would like for everybody to roll me a perception check.
Oh my god, the way it almost landed on a one. Oh. Well.
Yee. Is 9 the lowest you can get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fair
I
enough.
usually sees God, so the fact that it's only a 9 is.
Shiny thing. I found a shiny thing, and I'm playing with it on my finger.
I also do have to have Joe roll for this. So, go Joe! Oh, buddy.
Wow.
Me and Joe were distracted by the shiny thing on my finger that I found on the table.
Mhm.
I went, hey Joe, look at this thing that I found.
Aw.
And he went, whoa.
Oh, wow.
So we're both
That's a
going,
nice ring.
whoa.
Wow.
Oh, as a fun fact, Pyrie.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it would not apply to this. So please, never mind. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Liari, you are a little distracted by the singing of the bard upon the stage, who has some like flowing, loosely bound black hair, and it sways every time he kind of like taps his foot and strums on his lute. He's got a little half cape, really nice jeweled brooch in the shape of a musical note, which secures the cape to his shoulder. Singing something about a echo on an ember night, some about a city under siege, where torches flicker across ramparts, and it's supposed to be a symbol of hope in the darkest part of the night. And so you were very kind of entranced by that. But Mads, you being the only one who rolled over a fucking 12, holy fuck.
Oh my god.
As you focus past the bard and past Pyrie and Joe's talking about the ring, you focus in on this group, and specifically the loud one. As you hear something about, some sort of bragging about, we took a bit of money from this little backwards village. See something, I don't care. It wasn't worth our time. We just left. And look, they gave us all this money. He just kind of pours it on the table. He's very much like trying to, with a 21, he's trying to taunt people into doing something or like attacking them. He wants some sort of brawl. And then additionally with that 21, his companions are just as leaned back, like tipping in their chairs or like laid back looking, but you can tell that there are moments, just a single moment away from standing and being at the ready for any sort of situation. And I need to do a thing. Go
I
ahead.
will mention that to the people our table, just like that. And those loud ones over there seem pretty cocky and very eager to get into some sort of altercation.
Man, why do they have to be asshats everywhere they go? God.
You know those guys?
We should just go and invite them outside as it is. If they're looking for a fight, I'm ready to throw it, because if they're just gonna make it easy for us, we're getting that money back.
They might just start a fight here and then the bouncer will kick them out. We don't need to get involved unless we have to.
My only thing is I don't want to lose our lodging, but I also want to get involved. So I vote we take them outside.
Well, let's just relax a bit and see what they do, and we'll go from there.
You do see that the table behind them, who have mugs of beer, and like they came in for what looks to be like some sort of little friendly gathering, very much have like turned their backs to the table and are doing that thing, you know, where you're at a restaurant and the people at the table behind you are loud as fuck and you just want to turn around and punch them, but don't want to deal with it. That kind of vibe. Mads. You and Joe get this perception roll. Please roll a separate perception roll.
Mads and Joe.
Mads and Joe. I know, it's a weird combination. Joe is enamored by this ring, however. Your eyes kind of wander away from these flamboyant-looking individuals, and you notice off in this corner area over here is seems to be a cloaked individual that's leaning up against the wall, kind of looking down at the individuals at the table. And with a 19, you do see that they have a split gemstone symbol on there, embroidered onto their cloak, which is a carnelian gemstone. And they don't seem to have noticed anything else in the room, but they just seem to be kind of staring here. And you see occasionally that the tiefling on the left does occasionally look up as if waiting for something.
I'll just keep my eye on that. I'll mention it to the group as well if they're listening. Just like they have that lady over there seems to have a clan symbol on her chest.
Is that what that symbol is? Oh, okay.
No
that
one's-
makes sense why you were reacting that way earlier.
I should have specified that earlier. But in the time, it didn't seem to matter.
So those are the cogs.
Correct. That is
Okay.
the COC.
Okay.
He's
You
gonna
were gonna-
perk up and turn around and be like, the funny colorful ones? Huh? She wasn't paying attention. She was fully just messing with Joe and
Yeah,
the
what are
funny
you
ring
guys
and
talking
to him.
about? Did you guys see this ring?
What are you guys playing with anyway?
I found a ring on the table. She's gonna just stick out her hand and just like show them.
Oh my god. You found a ring and you just put it on again?
I'm gonna look at Larry. You're surprised?
No, but I'm surprised she hasn't spontaneously combusted. That's what I'm
At this
surprised.
point, I'm very certain that Pyrie has a goddess of her own looking after her. Because there's no other way.
Then where's mine? Okay, after this, we're going on a goddess search for me and Joe. But for now,
I'm gonna roll eyes. You'll just steal her panties. She does not want you.
listen. If she can sense, I see nothing wrong with stealing a goddess's panties. Okay, this is besides the point.
If she can
But if-
sense, then technically it's not stealing. She's giving it.
Okay, well, the stealing is a little on the low, but I meant the situation in which we would. Anyway, it doesn't matter. No. But this is. Are you okay, Mads? Is this gonna be a problem for you? Because normally you freeze up when these people are around. Wait, do we think the colorful idiots over there are part of the scenario too?
I think they're two different entities. Two different groups.
Okay, so we now have two problems to deal with.
We have your problem, Larry's problem, and then we have my problem.
Wait, I have a problem?
Isn't the painted daggers yours? Isn't that a Larry lore?
This
No,
is great.
that was
Lore,
Tarn.
honey.
That was the village we were just in with Tarn. They did Tarn dirty.
Where
Oh.
we had they were supposed to look
What
for
am
the
I thinking
crabs.
of then? Yeah, no, I'm thinking of a different group then. What was your other group?
You might be
I know you
thinking
had
of
one.
the Black Chain Syndicate.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's a number
Yeah,
of different
that's a
groups that you are all involved with.
Those ones aren't flamboyant. They're just asshats. They are shoot on sight. Anyway.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Ask Pyrie. To Larry and Matt. Could we two bird, one stone? Make them fight each other?
Make the. Okay. Elaborate.
I don't know. get them to be pissed off at each other. They seem very easily looking for a fight, so send one in the other's direction. People do that, right?
Okay, so surely we just sneak behind one group and throw something at the other group and make them think it was that group starting a fight. Is that what you're saying? We're gonna throw the first stone and pretend like it wasn't us?
Seems like they might fall for it.
Alright, who thinks...
Can I do something first?
I'm surprised you're asking. What did you want to do?
Hold on. Find the fucking button. Can we just... Yes.
Ooh. So smart. So smart.
Detect magic. And we can just sit here and chill for a minute while, you know, investigating.
Okay. So that being said, in passive perception on all of you, is Joe's good enough? Joe's is good enough. Good job.
Good job, Joe.
Good job, Joe.
Massive Joe.
While you begin your ritual cast of Detect Magic, I'll say after a minute or two, the bard's kind of doing their song. And once they kind of end their first set and begin the second set, that's when you'll kind of notice that this individual here has very much kind of spotted you and has started to, like, look you over, kind of sizing you up. He hasn't gotten out of his chair. He's still tipped back, his foot on the edge of the table, and he's just tilting on the two legs. He just kind of like leans back, takes a sip of his ale, does a little grin to himself as he watches you all.
I don't like being watched.
It's kind of he's gauging you. He's kind of sizing you up and seeing what you're.
Mr. DM.
Yeah.
I would like to lock eyes with the man and try to do the evil glare again.
The evil glare again. Yes. All right, give me an intimidation, would you?
This is happening and Perry's doing the thing. She's gonna have her eyes closed.
Well,
Oh,
Oh no,
like
I
she's
look like a
sleeping.
puppy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hang on.
I'm giving puppy eye.
Oh no. Oh no.
the fight's coming to us. What does that mean? What are 2 ones?
Oh, they also got a one?
I would like to point out that this is our 4th
Wait.
one of the session.
Technically, well, okay, does the one still count for Mads, even though she's technically at a 4 now?
Yes. In the context of this situation and the fact that 2 ones were rolled, that's, you know what, there's an entire little meme story about this that I will tell later because I don't want to ruin it. So anyway, Mads, you try and mean mug this guy, and you have a hard time, like, sometimes making that mean mug because you usually have it on, so you try to make it meaner. And you look over and you see this person, and they look at you like you are an angel.
What the?
So they get up.
Oh no!
The rest of the individuals at the table begin, like, sitting up. They don't leave the table. But he kind of comes over.
Did you riz them by accident?
I think so.
I'm gonna fucking trip him, Mr. DM.
What happened to his... There he is. I moved the wrong guy. I was like, what the fuck?
I'd like to.
You
trip him
can
on his
definitely
will.
give it a try. Yeah, give me a dexterity check. So you
Hold
kind
on. Shouldn't that be a minimum of a 10? Hold on. Does that not fall under the thing?
of... Oh, does it not fall into the thing?
I need to reread it. Anyway, go about what you're doing, and then I'll like retcon it if I need to. Hold on.
So you stick your leg out. And being in a tavern, this individual seems like they're very familiar with taverns and the constant in and outs of its patrons. So he very easily steps over, comes right over to where Mads is sitting. And Mads, you and him are just like locked eyes, but it's not like a good necessarily locked eyes. It's like a deer in the headlights situation. It kind of comes up. Hello, my
Okay,
dear.
I think it's not counting it because it wasn't technically a skill roll,
Okay.
but I don't know. I guess I'll play that however you want to play it because I do have proficiency in it and it was an ability check.
Oh, what was it again that did that? Reliable talent?
Yeah. Whenever you make an ability check that uses one of your skill or tool proficiencies, you can treat a d20 roll as a 9 or lower as a 10. But then I would argue, I don't know, whatever you want to do there.
I suppose that would be meets beats if we ended up doing it that way. That's an interesting point.
Because, like, then at that point, I would prefer, instead of doing just straight, like, things, I would ask you to instead just choose one of my skills to roll instead so that it would, like, count it. But, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Because sometimes we, like, skirt that a little bit and make it simpler.
We do skirt that. I would probably say then, if I were going to have you roll an actual ability, I'd probably say sleight of hand or acrobatics. But in this
Right.
particular case, I will say that you managed to trip him because regardless, plus like a 10 default, plus 4 would match, which is a beats situation.
Okay.
So I will say that you stick your leg out and he does not manage to zip past it. Instead, just hits just the tip of the foot and does this whole front roll. I do need to do a separate thing with a separate DC. Well, it did not go well for him. So he attempts to catch himself after tripping and ends up just kind of smashing into this wall. Like, you know how like if you roll into it and your arms are up at shoulder height and you're like sitting in a hot tub, like you have the arms up or on a couch or something. So he's on his ass in this corner. And whatever was happening has gone away. So he is no longer caring about whatever interesting look was shared between him and Mads. And instead, he stands up, just kind of looks over the entire group, spits, and now everybody in the particular, like in the vicinity, has kind of stopped a little bit. And started to like kind of pay very close attention to the situation that we're in right now. The bard's playing kind of slows down a little bit. He stands up and draws his rapier, points it towards you, and kind of in between Liari and Mads. That was a mistake. And his party stands up from their desk. So, this is now a crowded tavern combat. I accidentally grabbed a random bystander. That one will be everybody else. So,
Okay, wait, so who's all involved? The four
The
painted
four-
blades and the bard for some reason?
So all 4 painted blades. I accidentally grabbed this random dude over here. But that's going to be the initiative for everybody else in the tavern.
Everybody's doing it now? It's just gonna be a bar brawl?
This is turned into a situation where you tripped him, he got upset, he's drawn his blade, and now you are engaging in combat.
Damn. All right. I was gonna try and like gaslight him into being like, "Whoa, why'd you spit on me, man? I can't believe you just fell and now you're spitting on us." But I guess this is where we're at now.
I have a question. I was in the middle of casting
Oh, yes, that is a good point.
the thing. So, whoopsie. I was in the middle of casting detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
What do
we do now?
Oh.
So in a ritual cast, normally if a ritual cast is interrupted for any reason, you'd have to start over to recast it. But for all intents and purposes, I will say if you roll higher than a 5 on a d20, you will have completed the cast before...
That was not me.
That was not you.
So just a random d20?
Yep, just a random d20. This is just kind of like me seeing how time went. Okay, so I'll give you that detect magic, which will be active for 10 minutes. And then Mads and Pyrie hit me up with an initiative while I do this bit.
Wait,
which
is that how? That's.
What's up?
Detect magic is the. It takes 10 minutes for the casting. The casting is instantaneous, so the second it's done, the things light up, and I would know what's.
Yes, that's what I'm about to give you. So the d20 was just to see whether or not you managed to pull it off before this debacle happened. If it was a 5 or lower, I would have said it would have dissipated. But in this particular case, you did manage to get it off. So from your particular position, outside of the crazy amount of items you all own, including that nice ring you just put on, they all glow. You have a you have a glowing item on the individual who was tripped. You have one on the tiefling. You have two. You have two on the tabaxi in the corner. And then you have another 2 on this one here.
I'm sensing robbery.
I would also like to extend out the detect magic is blocked by 1 foot thick stone walls of stone, dirt, or wood, or 1 inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead. So for that, you wouldn't necessarily see, for example, like into this back room area, like directly behind walls. You wouldn't see into any private rooms in the vicinity. Things like that. Just so you're aware of that.
So, Mr. DM,
yeah.
I love you.
Uh-huh.
And I love the information that you just gave us.
Yep.
However, you need to reread the rule for detect magic and do some measurements there, sir.
By 1 foot?
Oh, the 1 foot
30 feet
walls.
No, it's 1 foot, but it's 30 feet.
Okay.
Those individuals are way the hell outside of that range.
Okay, well.
From me?
So you still, you get that information for free then. I misjudged their distance.
It looks like they would be, but it's much farther.
This is a large room.
15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah,
big room.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Look at you being honest.
I appreciate that. So you wouldn't.
Well, I was looking at it and I'm like, that's not right.
So with that in mind, we start combat, which I know you're also excited to do.
Yeah.
No, I don't even get a free gaslighting turn, bro. It's over.
Nah, man.
He was just pissed.
He's just done.
The shortest fuse ever.
this is fine. Dude, him and his buddies.
They're just on
Mentally,
site.
though, I am gonna say, okay. Like, mentally, I'm gonna say, okay. I didn't think he was gonna be that much of a hothead. Let's try and finesse this so that it didn't look like we started it, because we're not trying to start it. I didn't trip him with the intent to start it. So whatever we do here, let's not lose our room. That is all. I say that mentally to the group because we have 5 hours brain time.
Yep.
Cool.
So he is going to take a step forward, focused very much on just Liari. And he is
All right.
going to make his attack here. He's actually going to use a ability.
Oh.
Yep. Enjoy. He's going to do a flashy feign, which is he's very flourishy. And the colors that are very bright and obnoxious on his clothes, and as he flourishes his rapier, it kind of, your eyes go a little cross-eyed for a moment. And then you are distracted until the start of his next turn, as he then attempts to, never mind, you're not distracted.
Yeah!
He's still going to attempt to poke you. I gotta turn this on
It's
public.
private, Mr.
I
Dean.
know. Why won't you let me turn it to private or public, please? Oh, everything's just broken. That's cool.
Why didn't you break it?
I tried real hard. Sometimes it
On
just
25?
breaks.
I looked over at stream so I could know. God.
All right. I'm back in.
Okay.
Back in the
There we go.
thing again.
We're on public rolls. So, he takes his rapier, and even though he does not get the advantage because you rolled high enough on your wisdom save to not be distracted by them colorfulness, he does take a stab at you with the rapier. This is a 25 hit.
It sure does.
All right.
And I need to remember which one of my things is the thing. I'll do uncanny dodge to take half.
Okay. That'll end Mr. Kite's turn. Pyre, you're up. Mads, you are on deck.
Oh boy. All right.
I'm sure you all were very prepared for this situation.
Well,
Did the music stop? Is that just me?
no, it's not just you.
Oh, did it stop for everybody? Do I need to restart it?
Yeah.
What
It
had
stopped.
happened
I just realized that
was-
my head was silent, and I was
Yeah,
like,
nobody likes
"What's
Silent
happening?"
Head, so let me put it on
We
track
wanted this
one.
group to start fighting, just not us. Well, I
Yeah.
still wanted to fight them, but what happened was this guy's an idiot.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
Because assuming that there is like a candle or something on our table.
Every table will have a little candle, yeah.
Haha, fantastic. Because I really just want to like
You're doing the flame thing.
I want to do the funny like nonchalantly, expand the flame specifically at him with control flame. But I don't know how you want to do that, Mr. DM.
You're trying to use control flame to attack?
So I want to use control flame and expand the candle flame strictly 5 feet into his direction. Is that we're all right on top of fucking each other right here, so make it seem like in his flourishy nonsense he accidentally set himself on fire kind of shit.
That's such a funny
How
use
would-
of that spell.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
like it.
normally an
That's why I
attack
took it.
spell, but it's so funny. So I'm not going to
I
give
like
him
this.
damage if you do that, but I will require him to use a bonus action to put himself the fuck out, if you'd like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But but that's this is such a weird fucking spell to do
It's
this.
such a goofy. It's meant to just like light a whole bunch of candles in a room, not set people on fucking fire. But okay.
But in my hands.
But in my D&D, all right. So you control the flame on the candle, and a little bit of it hops off and manages to catch on as he's flourishing about. It catches on to the material of his multicolored shirt, which is very much flammable material, and it starts to kind of smolder up that really, really intricate and beautifully crafted bit there, smoldering up his arm, and he starts to panic a little bit as he looks down and sees the fire. So that'll be your cantrip. What else you got?
I'm really gonna drive this home because we're
Yeah.
going full cantrip. Can I do another cantrip or no?
You have to do a regular spell and a cantrip if you're going to cast two.
I don't think there's anything else I can do. Matt's too far away. She's on the other side of the table. Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna have to just. I think I'm just gonna call it there. Funny things.
Funny things. All right. Mads, you are up.
Okay. So,
Is
I'll
no one
look-
gonna defend my honor that he just swung on me?
I was gonna. I mean, do you know? I was gonna do this directed at Kite, but I would like to do command.
Oh. You in
'Cause
this
I think it'd be-
command spell is so
I
funny.
think
That's so fun.
if this actually hits, though, it'll be so funny.
All right. Doing it on
Just
Mr.
let me
Kite.
hit.
Mr. Kite.
All right. What's the command?
If I would like him to flee.
Surely he doesn't make this because he's a dumbass. Not a wise bone in his
No!
Damn it! Every time. Without fail.
I'm so sad. I wanted it so bad. So as you command him to flee, he looks at you. He's gonna try. I just want to do this for fun. I wanted to see if he'd roll a 1 on intimidation.
Oh.
That was it. That was all I wanted.
So I did that spell. I'm really tempted to just try it again, but it never works.
Do recall that you will have to use a cantrip as your only other spell option this turn.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll do Word of Radiance then.
Word of
Whoa.
Radiance.
Boom!
Bam. Each creature of your choice must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. Let's see.
I hate this
Damn.
guy.
So it's a good, it's good effort, but
Mr. DM's dice are loaded!
I tried to defend your honor.
so as you command him to flee and blast out a word of radiance with your words, he manages to just kind of like sway back and forth. His very colorful sleeves, one smoldering, just kind of looks at you and gives you a cocky little grin as he maintains himself. At this point, people are now cowering in their chairs. Some are backing up around tables and just kind of like getting out of the hit zone. Many other people are watching. The bartenders are starting to reach around for things, maybe like weaponry. So, then we get this dude. His wonderful turn. Let me go ahead and I need to pull up. This is not the planned level of like giving you their descriptions, but you're gonna get some good descriptions out of this. It'll be great. So, this individual here, if you hover over him, you can see his actual art there. Big towering Goliath. He's got a bunch of swirls all over his body with a fairly shaven head, like a bit of a mohawk with a top knot.
Boy.
Sorry, did you say swirled or swirl?
It could be either. Honestly,
So
You could be the squirrel on his body.
he's the individual who would probably just paint himself with squirrel blood, and you know, he stands, unsheaths his sword or his enormous great axe on his back. Okay, 30 feet. All right. And he's going to get real angry as he just he's going Super Saiyan. And that'll end he's gonna dash up actually. That'll be his actual turn. He's gonna get over here between Pyrie and Joe, and that'll be his turn. You see the tabaxi in the corner kind of stepping up on top of the table very quickly, very easily. She is going to mark 1, 2, 3, 4. That's funny. All right, she has marked Joe as her target. And for every attack, her first attack that hits that round, every round against that target, gets an extra 1d6 damage. So she pulls out her...
That's not funny. That's my son.
She pulls out her short bow and takes a shot at Joe, who...
In the bar?
In the bar! He's 50 feet away.
No, I know he's within range. I'm just like, bruh, the way this is gonna fly past that damn bar, he's gonna be like, what the...
Yeah. So he stands up on the table, takes the shot, which does actually hit. Manages to smash into Joe's shoulder. Joe takes 16 points of damage. As it pierces through his crab shell armor. And you watch as there's a little bit of blood that kind of comes out on the shaft.
You hear it, Joe, and you fucked up the armor she just made him.
That will be the end of her turn. Liari, you are up. Pyrie's on deck for next turn.
Ooh. See, the problem is that they hurt Joe because I was gonna try and end this differently. Yep, no. Liari is too emotional when it comes to her son, so I guess we're just swinging now. And I will start with the fucking idiot in front of me, and I will... Let's see. I will do normal dagger here.
Mm-hmm.
Yum, 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 yum. I'm assuming that's a no.
But a 19. Wait, no. An 11. No, an 11 does not hit. I'm sorry.
Then I will switch to my psychic blade.
All right, Psychic Blade.
Yeah.
That does hit, actually.
Okay, and then I will apply my sneak attack.
Because you have an adjacent friend.
I sure do.
Okay, so as you blast that dagger into Kite here, you get that extra bonus as he's distracted just for a moment by the command spell. And you take that opportunity, you stab him with your translucent, shimmering blade, and it shatters on impact. But you know it hit, and you watch as he winces visibly. A little bit of blood kind of runs out of his nose.
And then I would like to take my bonus action attack with advantage, because that one hit.
Yeah! Nice.
Thank God.
It wasn't with disadvantage.
Yeah. I may have. Just, wow. Look
All
at
right.
it go.
That's another blade stabbed in. A little bit more of a faucet running down now.
And then, like, verbally out loud, very loud, I'm gonna say, why are you trying to fight us right now? You're the one that spit on us. You came over here, you spit on us, now you're trying to fight? Come on, man. I think you had too much to drink, and that's all.
He's just gonna give you a little... Well, no, he's having a headache right now. He's not giving you anything.
He's having a hard time.
Any additional things you'd like to do?
Nope.
All right. Okay. Sorry. I was looking at a thing as the tiefling is going to stare directly at you, Liari, and seems to concentrate, scrunches up a little bit, and then uses her ability, which is a Fiendish Spark. She channels some sort of like internal energy and releases it in one single blast that fires out at you. Will you please roll me a DC 18 dexterity save?
Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is a good one because we'll see if the program does this part as well.
It did not. Because it should be a
Okay,
default. Oh no, you still got over though. So
Yeah, so I take none because of the thing where on a success, on a dex save, I now take none instead of half. And half on a fail. Yippee!
yeah, that's pretty great actually.
Yep.
So you manage to stand there, and as the blast of fire just shoots past you, it smashes in, singeing the wall over here. And she kind of looks like very disappointed and very upset that you have hurt Kite specifically.
Did I notice that?
Yeah.
I full on I don't have to insight for that. Like, I just noticed.
No, she's very open about that.
I'll
we'll
snidely
say.
grin at her.
And she takes that second opportunity to just shoot an Eldritch Blast at you.
Sure. That's
I
understandable.
don't think an 11 hits, though.
No.
Okay. That'll be the end of her turn. Joe is up, and Joe, pulling the arrow out of his arm, he kind of just flexes it for a second, kind of like does that shoulder rotation thing, and he turns and kind of stares down this behemoth of a man, drawing his his blade, he kind of steps up, takes a swing, which does not
There it
hit.
is.
He's going to take a second swing.
Big swing.
Let's
Yo!
go, Joe!
Joe hits. So Joe manages to swing up, does a thrust forward, and kind of cuts through the side of this behemoth, and the behemoth reaches down, grabs the blade, and you watch as like the blood kind of pools on the hand where he grabs it, and then shoves it back at Joe, and Joe keeps his footing. However, and then I gotta do this. Okay. Joe is visibly very concerned that this individual just grabbed the blade and threw it back at him after being stabbed. So,
Oh no.
before the second round of combat begins, this is a 6-second situation that just happened.
It sure was.
Sure was.
Where I made it very clear to hopefully bystanders that I'm claiming that this man is starting it.
True and real.
Bro, come on.
During this 6 seconds of combat, because top of the round, there is a number
Here
of
we go.
individuals. That cloaked individual disappeared and then came back just a moment later with a whole group. And you watch as they kind of pull the cloak's hood down in that small period of time, and it's a very tall, slender, poised, predatory person. They have that embroidered split carnelian on their cloak, and very finely tailored clothes otherwise. Steps forward, calls out, "Cease!" And I need to use this ability, but it won't let me use the ability. I'd like to cast this, thank you. Okay, we're just gonna cast it off of this random individual here. Aha. Boop. So not a DC 10, it is a DC. Where is it? A DC 15. DC 15 Wisdom save to resist hypnotic pattern.
Let's go!
You said wisdom saving?
Wisdom saving throw. DC 15.
Oh, no, you're goated at wisdom, apparently.
Damn. So many dice. Alright. Liari, Mads, Kite, and Pyrie all managed to resist, so you are not charmed. Joe and Zatharan, the Goliath, however, stop as they seem to be put under some kind of spell or ability. This does, however, pause the combat for you for a moment.
Okay.
As the individual who held their hand out and cast the spell, who is right here, who is not to be introduced yet, but is being introduced to this session. Because I don't have a picture of them yet. They lower their hand, take a moment to look every single one of you, including these two fuckers over here. The bartenders kind of stand up. They have like some large like clubs. Just kind of motions to them to sit, and they don't move. Kite calm yourself and bring your crew under control. They started it. I don't care. And she just points at him. Which, Mr. Kite, how do you do on being a stand-up individual? Nope.
He was born for the grimy life, bro.
Okay. As this individual points at Kite, you watch his eyes kind of go down, like he's not an individual that would normally give up any like his authority. Go ahead and roll an insight if you're interested in this exchange of words.
Sure am.
I want to know.
Where the people are.
That too.
Mads specifically, please roll it with advantage because this is actually kind of related to you. Good enough, you hit the DC.
Let's go. I was like, oh my god, I have to use that +4 already.
So the three of you kind of taking a moment to gather up what you can garner from this exchange. It seems like Kite is either a member of or working for the COC in some capacity, where
I knew
he
was a cock.
doesn't really have the autonomy
him.
to disobey. At this point, Kite will.
Wait. The ladies from Cock, too?
Yes,
The
Kite.
way I need.
Let me clarify. The lady is here at the top of this little stairwell with
And
a
she
group,
said cease, and they are cock.
with a whole group of
Okay.
other COC members, kind of looking down at this situation. She just called out to Kite to cease and used hypnotic pattern, which only affected Joe and Zathurian. Kite, however, tried to defend himself with some words, and she said she did not care. Kite takes a stance of non-aggression and kind of tries to step away from both of you two. Do either of you attack him?
I was just gonna stand and watch.
I feel like with the more COCs in the room, I'm not moving. I'm gonna try to blend in.
Okay.
Nah, he can go.
He steps back. Oh, how cocky are you, you piece of shit. Not that cocky, okay. He sheaths his rapier, takes the long way around, and begins walking around.
He learned.
Grabs-
I tripped him again.
Grabs his Goliath friend. And they head over out here. And about this point, he kind of looks up at this very powerful individual. And she just merely points off to this. What you can see from where you guys are sitting, I don't think it actually shows for you, but there is a small private room back there. She just points at it. Now. Kite kind of just motions to the rest of his group with like the head thing where you like, I don't know how to describe that over the freaking microphone. You tilt your head and you kind of jerk it in a particular direction to indicate where you want to go.
A little nod thing.
Yeah. So the the remainder of the painted blades all make their way up, and the blades go into the room first, followed by the rest of the COC members. The woman, however, waits until all of them have reached inside the room. She turns back to look at you three.
4.
Well, 4 technically. What would that be a plus? What plus does she have? Like, she looks at all of you. Mads, you feel like she lingered on you a little long. Takes a couple of gold pieces and tosses it to the barkeepers. Walks into the room. You hear the door close. The silence that kind of emanates from the entirety of the bar kind of fades a little bit as people kind of slowly talk a little bit here and there. And this goes on for a short period of time until the bar begins being loud again. Not nearly as loud as it was, mind you. But there is still noise. The bard kind of steps out from being hidden behind the stage and peeks out over and just watch this whole thing. And he kind of like slowly kind of climbs up out of the stage, kind of dusts himself off and fixes his like hair. You know how like people that are very into themselves will like make sure their hair is meticulously nice before they do anything else. So he spends a while doing that. And then begins to play once again. No words this time, but just begins to play some music. And the bar finally comes back into some level of normalcy. And that will end this combat.
Yippee!
Mr. DM, I have a question.
Yeah,
Was that the random encounter?
that was the random encounter.
Okay.
I feel like the random part of that was the fact that Cock was here, but I could be wrong.
Too much cock.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, either that or it just affected how short Kite's temper was. It's hard to tell. There was a lot going on there. That was a lot of what. Okay, well, it appears that no one's going to address any of that scenario, so I don't like the fact that Joe is injured, and I don't...
Hold on. I can fix it. I can totally fix it.
I swear I can fix him.
You don't need to fix him, he's
Wait.
perfect, but he's currently bleeding. Okay, I have two minds. Part of me
Joe.
wants to stealth over and try and listen through the door about what the fuck is going on, and part of me just wants us to go the fuck up to our room and get away from this shit.
Mr. DM, I cured Joe of life.
Of life things, I got you. Joe
life
is
juice
mostly healed.
escape.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I fixed it.
You did so good.
Okay.
Nope.
Now that I feel less mad, I think I do want to attempt to stealth to the door and listen in on whatever the fuck, because there's a door there, right? With like a closed, or is it just like an alcove?
There's a whole
Here.
door and everything.
There's a door.
From your particular viewpoint, I don't think you can see it, but I'll say that even taking one step to the left, it becomes very visible.
All right. Yeah, then I want to look around the room and see if anyone's paying attention to me in particular.
Oh yeah, go ahead and perception everybody if you'd like.
Oh, let's go.
So good.
I'm about to
This
fucking
seven's so
stealth the fuck out of here.
Hyrian Mads. There is definitely a lot of eyes looking between you and where those guys were, and then where they ended up going, the painted blades. Specifically, this table back here seems so relieved that those assholes have finally left. And they seem to be enjoying themselves a little bit more now that they're not under constant harassment. But everyone is keeping kind of like a loose eye on your group, seeing as y'all were involved. Liari, the patrons watching you guys? That seems pretty normal for a bar fight where no one else was involved. What's really interesting to you is none of the staff are acting like this is out of the norm.
I already dislike the fact that they had essentially been paid off by Cock. So yes, duly noted. More evidence to the I'm not a big fan of this establishment currently. Interesting. Then I won't move directly towards the door, but I will get up and start to like stretch and maybe just kind of like move around and look like I'm not the invisible wall, but like just meander and like look like I'm paying attention to the bard who might eventually start playing something again, and I might like check out the fireplace and see if I can get people to kind of stop looking at me, I guess. Like I'm gonna be normal for a minute.
That's out of the ordinary for this picture.
I mean, eventually...
Hearing that from you! Uh-huh.
Because sitting, everyone's sitting, no one's standing, isn't like a dance floor. Therefore, someone meandering around and just like looking at things is a little weird.
All right, whatever, but I need them to like kind of not pay attention to me moving around. It's the idea of like when you get someone used to an action, slowly but surely they stop paying attention to it, so then when you do something, they're not gonna notice. That's the idea.
So, wandering around, taking a look at the place, for the intents and purposes of blending in Assassin's Creed style, in this particular situation, will you please roll stealth at disadvantage just for natural blending purposes?
Oh, this isn't even for my actual stealth roll. This is just for how well I'm normal.
Yeah, it's not really like stealth. This is just blending into the crowd.
Okay, but Mr. DM, the lowest I can roll here is...
Oh, that's true.
20.
The lowest you can roll is a fucking 10.
Wouldn't that be
that's pretty good.
like performance or something then?
Performance? I suppose
You know
it
what I
would.
mean? Because like trying to be
For
normal,
the-
you act natural.
Yeah.
No,
you know-
you're honestly right. You're honestly right.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I think it's
That
kind
makes
of
more
cheese
sense.
to have me roll stealth where the lowest I can roll is
I forgot
20.
performance was was a fucking ability for a moment. I was very distracted.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and
And
roll
I-
performance. Well,
Okay.
It was almost a 20.
It could get worse.
not much.
I'm just making sure you... Dude, I'm out here fucking squawking. I'm like out here doing the chicken dance, bro. I'm like...
You're like out here just being like, hey, how you doing?
Oh
Like,
my God.
everyone that fucking looks at you.
So
you
you
have
wa-
a great point, Mr. DM, with that 20 perception looking at who's looking at me. Is there any hot
Oh.
people in the room?
There's
Hang
that.
on. Look.
The combat is over. We're horny.
Yes. See, you understand.
23 episodes in, and I'm finally getting it.
There are 8 hot people. One of them being the bard.
Okay, no, the bard's working. That's not it. Okay, who else?
Assorted individuals.
Just start
Anybody at
assigning.
this table in particular?
They're up on the upper rafters. There is a group of very refined women enjoying wine in the comfier seats on the upper decks.
Wow.
So that'll be 4. You've got 2 at this table here. And the last one's going to be one of the 2 barkeeps.
Ooh. Okay.
Are you going for a harem again? Because, I mean, the table of 4.
Either
We're going
they'll
for
all be into
blending
it, or one
in.
of them will be.
You already know I'm going for blending in. You already know.
But I mean, like, what's more that you can blend in?
I mean, that is kind of like blending in for you.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's saying act natural, and you're just going back to your natural state.
Yeah.
So you start checking people out, Liari.
Yeah.
Some of them are receptive, and some of them are not.
Okay. Just gonna start inching towards. Was this a receptive one?
Which one?
It's only 2 people.
There's 2
here.
people. Which
Yeah,
one
you
are you
said this-
targeting?
You said this one was hot, so I'm gonna.
Oh, I said both of them would be
Oh.
considered
Perfect.
hot. Yeah.
Why make me choose, Mr. DM?
Yeah,
I'm
tricycle.
in between them, and I'm just like, are they women or what am I? working
Yeah,
with
these
here?
are both women.
Women, men. Okay. One of each. What do we
as-
got? Something in between. Something other.
So as you kind of walk up, one of them, the one up here, looks a little bit more anxious at your approach, and kind of flicks with a little bit of wide-eyed between you and her friend at the table there.
Interesting. All right. I don't know how much you want to roleplay this out, but I will go.
Give me an insight.
Hey there, ladies. Sorry about the show earlier. That guy was an asshole and just came up to us and started something, but hopefully the rest of your night has been well.
Damn. So with the 26. With a 26, this one seems to be interested. With a fucking 26, they're interested because you fucking made a magic blade and stabbed somebody with it, and that's badass, and they think you're hot. This one is supposed to be on a date with this one, but this one is obviously more interested in you, and this one is now envious of you.
You made a love triangle.
Yeah, we can make it work. We
So,
can make it work.
The
We're-
anxious one is just like, yeah, it's good night. Yeah, yeah. And this one doesn't say a fucking word, just kind of like looks between you two.
Then I'll pay attention to this one because she's not as engaged, and I'll say, I am new in town, and me and my friends here were hoping to stay here, but maybe it's a little too rowdy. How long have y'all been in town? Have you seen anything like this as a regular occurrence?
The anxious one just continues to stutter. this one kind of turns over at you. This isn't a normal occurrence. It's kind of weird. This is usually a pretty chill place.
God. Okay. Really? You could have had me fooled, and then I'm gonna kind of like lean up against the table a little bit. Like,
Go ahead,
huh?
go ahead and roll me. Just for this particular situation. Give me a charisma with advantage because you rolled a nat 20 on, or not a nat 20, but you rolled a 26 on your insight.
Just a flat charisma.
Yeah, flat charisma check. You're risen it up.
Alright, well.
It's with advantage because of that 26, because you know what you're working
Oh,
with.
slay.
Yeah.
No.
Not that it did a lot, but
Wait, can I add my D4?
you sure can. It will make a difference, depending.
It might be worth it.
It was legitimately worth it. The DC was 12.
Okay.
You get the vibe after chatting them up for a few minutes. The date was going well, and they'd be interested in hanging out for the evening, or at least having a couple of drinks and getting to know each other.
Cool. I'm gonna post up.
Okay. So we'll return to this at some point here. The rest of the party, well, Liari is chatting up the two women at the other table. Hang on, wait. Oh my God, buddy. Buddy. How?
What happened?
How? He rolls so many ones.
What though?
It was whether or not he understood what was happening over here.
Oh, well, we already knew that would never happen. Anyways.
Yeah, so Joe is kind of like,
Oh, honey.
Is Liari making some new friends?
You'll find out when you're older.
You're not even gonna coach him through that.
I'm not his mom.
I can't.
He's gonna be like, I am not gonna subject you to the things that I was subjected to at your age. And then she's just gonna look, and then she's gonna start playing with the ring and start trying to examine it because she knows it's magic now.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna look around the table. Would anyone like something to drink? I know I would.
Yes, please.
And I'm not gonna listen for Joe's answer. I'm just gonna get up and start walking to the bar.
Okay.
I'm just gonna avoid the situation entirely.
I'm gonna play with my ring. I want to read what's on the thing.
So it's inlaid with silver. It doesn't actually have writing.
Ew. Now that I'm
Uh,
actually examining it, can I like
Can
roll
you know
a
what?
thing to...
Go ahead and give
Is it
me.
one of the glowy things with the?
You're actively investigating this ring, right? So go ahead and give me an Arcana. You're just looking at it. You're looking really hard at it right now.
Hell yeah, I am.
Wow. Well, I didn't expect you to get a really high roll, so this is interesting.
Now we have to quickly write what this thing does.
Oh, you
Research.
physically can't identify it, but you can kind of get
Well, yeah.
a vibe. But you know, Pyra, you're playing with the ring, and you didn't really look at the inside of the ring. And you go to take it off, and as you kind of start doing the twist where you pull a ring off, you kind of think about it. This ring has really been helping you a lot. You don't want to take it off, so you don't.
Pyre found the one ring. It's over.
Precious.
I can imagine. Okay. Mine now.
Mads. So you make your way up to the bartender, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where is... Here it is. So you walk up and you see a kind of half-elven woman behind the bar, juggling a couple of bottles of what looks to be some kind of exotic-looking liquors. You've never seen those bottles before. But her hair is woven and has like small little flower charms in it. And she has a gold band shaped like a vine around her wrist. As you approach... I need more feminine voices, guys, honestly. Which is a weird statement, but like, they're all the same.
We need to get you a voice changer.
We really
Oh
do.
my
That would
God.
be so useful.
Yeah, we need to get you a voice changer so you can do all the funny voices.
There is something that Discord has been using in, like, how do I say? I guess it's in beta. It might be rolling out soon, where they are going to have built-in voice changing.
No shit.
So, yeah. I don't know necessarily how you would capture that on stream, so stream might not be hearing it, but we could hear it.
That will
Yeah,
figure
we
it
need
out.
his mic and then, you know, funny keys for the funny voices.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, she comes and approaches. Hello, dear. What can I get you?
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm gonna look around and probably panic because I'll see things that I don't recognize. I'll just say, I'll take 3 of your best ales, please.
Oh, 3 ales? Yes, of course. No problem at all. Actually, I need to roll something separate. Okay. Was there anything specific you were looking for? A whiskey, a rum? It seems like you are unfamiliar with our wares.
Yeah, I'm new to the area and I've never seen a lot of the things that you have behind the counter here. So I guess I'll take whatever you would suggest.
Of course, yes. Well, I'll get you those ales, of course. But why don't I give you a small sample? And she kind of looks around for a second. She grabs a interesting looking brown drink. As far as you can tell, it looks like maybe a rum, and she pours a little bit into a glass. She takes a little bit of something that has an orange bottle, dashes that in, takes a big red bottle, dashes a little bit of that in, and then sprinkles some sort of powdery substance over the top. And as she sets it in front of you, she takes a little match, lights it, and then just swipes the match over the top. And what, have you ever, like, burned powdered sugar and watch it go shh?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Like that. And you have a frothy, very iridescent looking rum drink.
Mads is gonna be tickled because they've probably never seen anything like this, and they probably think that this woman just did magic, and they don't get it. So they're gonna be very, very giddy about it.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. That'll just be, that'll be 8 copper.
I'll give her 9 copper and tell her to keep it.
Oh, thank you kindly. I hope you do enjoy. Let me know if you like the drink.
I'd like to do a self roll really quick.
Please do.
Oh,
Hot
wow.
Damn.
Evens was I like it, odds was I didn't. So we like it.
You really like it.
I really like it.
Oh, you took a sip though, right?
Yeah.
Great. Roll a DC 10 charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, shit. Charisma, is it?
Christmas saving.
Charisma saving.
Leave the charisma.
Okay. It's a very enjoyable drink.
I'm assuming I just don't know that something's gonna happen to me, right?
No, you passed the check. It's a DC 10, so if you'd rolled under, something would have happened. But since you succeeded,
Okay.
nothing happened. So you just have a really nice drink.
Cool. I'm gonna take that and go back to my table.
Okay. So you take the drink and the 3 ales that you also procured back to the table.
Mm-hmm.
You guys hang out there. Is there... Actually, yeah, you take it back to the table and then distribute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let everyone have an ale, and I'll keep my drink and my other ale.
Joe kind of leans
You
over
can
and
stare at the drink
got? What do you
and
got?
just chug it.
Chug it?
You're gonna chug
gonna
my
chug
drink?
it. Not yours, the ale.
Oh.
I love
She's
how
not gonna
upset
steal
you
your
got.
drink. She's just gonna chug the ale because she's just. Larry's off flirting with women. There's things happening, and she's annoyed. And the armor that she just made Joe got broken.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's gonna chug it. She's just gonna straight up chug it.
To be fair, it is a small gap in the armor, but not like the end of the world. But yeah, enjoy the chug. Roll me a very low DC con saving throw. DC 2. Yeah, you're just gulp, gone.
Yep.
Is that your way of telling us that Pyrie has like immunity to poisons or something? That the DC was so damn low. What was that?
I just thought it'd be funny to give it like a low DC for her to like drink wrong and it go down the wrong tube, if you will.
Fair.
I didn't, like most of us can chug pretty easily, right? So like a DC 2 seems reasonable.
So her base constitution is 18, so like
This is fine.
You're like healthy or something, probably.
Joe looks between both Pyrie and Mads. Firstly, he looks at Mads' drink. Like, well, what did you get there, Mads? And then Pyrie chugs her drink, and he just kind of like leans over and like watches her chug it. Whoa.
Mads is gonna be very like protected over their drink and kind of like make sure it's like right in front of them, you know, not like off to the side, like it's like right in front of them. And just be like, I don't know. I didn't ask what the name of it was. The bartender just recommended it to me.
Wow.
And it's really good. And I'm gonna take another drink.
Roll me another DC 10 charisma. Every time you sip this drink, just roll it.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, that looks like a real... I'm gonna go get one. And he gets up, wanders off.
Oh god. What have I
I'm just
done?
gonna reach over for the like extra ale that's kind of on the table and be like, "You gonna drink that?"
Go for it, Pyrie.
Just gonna slam that one back too.
DC 2! Nice. Yeah, you chug these two back to back, not a problem in the world. Joe eventually... Is either of you watching Joe? Is anybody watching Joe?
Nope.
I'm
this
gonna go
one
ahead and say
happened-
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is one unsupervised thing that he gets to do.
So, Joe goes over and gets the same drink his friend just got because it looks really good. And you guys are sitting there. Pyrie, you just finished chugging your second ale, slam the mug down. And then you guys hear a and look over and Joe has laughed or giggled or something. He takes a sip of the drink that he just got again and it's just very loud and obnoxious. Every time he takes a sip, he giggles. Makes his way back over.
Look at Pyrie before Joe walks over and be like, Do you think there's something in this drink?
Well, how did they make it?
They just mixed a bunch of stuff together and then they lit something on fire and it made this cool little puff of fire and yep. I feel fine. But Joe looks a little funny.
I'm just gonna set the empty glasses over and then just go collect Joe and be like, just kind of drag him by the arm and be like, oh, over here.
Mm-hmm. What's going on? What's up? What's up, Irene?
Do you feel funny?
No. Takes
What
another
about when
sip
you
of his
take
drink.
How about now?
Yeah, it's really weird. Whenever I sip this drink, I just everything is really funny for a second.
Yep, there's something in the drink.
Matt's is gonna try to take the glass from Joe.
No,
Alright.
you don't want to share.
He's just laughing. It's fine.
Okay. I'll just let it go.
This goes
I'm
on.
gonna take a drink of mine too.
DC 10.
I'll never know.
You're never gonna know. Yeah, you're too rizzy.
I guess so.
But Joe is giggling like a schoolgirl every other sip until he eventually runs out of drink. But is there anything else that you guys would like to complete this evening?
Yeah, now that I've been chatting these women up for a while, I'm gonna do the thing that I wanted to attempt to do, which was to stealth over to the door and listen by way of...
Oh, right.
Ladies, I'm gonna have to take a quick bathroom break, but I will be back. If y'all want another round of drinks, I can bring that on the way back.
Yeah, that'd be totally great.
Okay, and then I'm gonna wink at them as I attempt to disappear.
All right. So we'll say, for all intents and purposes, no one is really giving you much mind anymore. You have blended in, so you can make your way up the stairs and to the door.
I'll still roll this anyway, but we all know. Yep.
It's literally minimum 20. It's fucking nasty.
I know. And now I would like to listen in on what's going on in there.
Let's go ahead and do a perception with disadvantage.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna get much more disadvantage than that, Mr. DM.
Nope.
I don't know how many it's gonna roll.
Yeah, right? Let's keep going. You can hear a little bit of muffled coming from the door, but it seems pretty well proofed. Without it having a good crack or seal break in the door, you're not going to be able to make out more than muffles.
Well, I tried. Mentally, I'm gonna report back to the group, and I'm gonna say, so I tried to sneak off to like listen to the conversation that they're having behind the door, and I can't hear shit. So I don't know. I'm gonna go about my night, and I'll see you guys back at the room.
Cool. I'm gonna tell Larry we found a drink that makes us giggle, or makes Joe giggle.
Oh, do you know what it's called?
Nope.
Alright, fair enough.
End of conversation.
End of conversation.
I mean, careful when you say that, because you can technically break the mental link if you want to.
Oh god,
You can literally hang up on me, and I'll be like, what the fuck?
Like, nope.
Yeah, you can. It's the mental thing is with consent, so I just yeah, then I'll just go up to the bartender and I'll ask for some of your giggling alcoholic beverages, please. Three of your giggling alcoholic beverages.
3 of the giggling alcoholic beverages coming right up. As
Wait, I feel like she just ordered something completely different from what they have.
It's time
Right.
to find out.
the bartender turns around, grabs all the same bottles as before, and mixes up 3 pretty nice looking drinks, and kind of hands them off to you. Just so you're aware, it's called the Siren Snicker.
Thank you. Noted.
Enjoy. And he goes back to tending.
Perfect. Just for the sake of, what was the cost on that, Mr. DM?
Um,
Copper.
that would be
Is
1 silver. The drink itself is 4 coppers. So 3 of them are 12 coppers. Wait, my math is bad here. Hang on. That'd be a silver and 2 coppers. My apologies.
Yes, I was gonna do that regardless, but I'll leave an extra 2 copper on there just so I can get rid of it out of my inventory, and then I'm tipping. And then I'm gonna make my way back with the drinks.
Okay. So
Except
make your
for
way.
apparently the stage is a wall or something because it hates me moving.
Yeah, it
ever.
is technically a wall. It's very entertaining.
All right, ladies. I was recommended this drink, so let's drink up and be merry.
They take the drinks. Y'all cheers. And then the giggling begins. Roll me a DC 10 charisma saving throw.
Very well.
So you don't giggle unless you choose to, but the other 2 fail outright. And they get the little giggles, and they realize that every time they take a sip, they giggle, and they start having a lot of fun with it.
I'll play along just because it's fun.
Okay, interesting. The one who was kind of not as schmoozed when you first got here. After a little bit, you guys finish your drinks. That one rolled an 18 on Riz. The other one rolled a 1 on Riz. And she manages to kind of grab both arms and starts dragging the 3 of you off.
Goodbye. I'm staying somewhere else tonight.
So Mads and Pyrie and Joe watch as Liari is half dragged out of the tavern. Joe's kind of like watches them walk out the door. Is she gonna be okay?
Well, I hope so. She didn't tell us where she was going.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
so probably-
mentally? I said bye. I'm staying somewhere else tonight.
I know exactly where you're going because of that sentence. Because there was so much information in it.
I for real said don't wait up. See you in the morning.
So Liari is gone. Mads and Pyrie, would you guys like to do anything else for the evening?
I'm ready to go to bed.
Yep.
Then
And
I'll say you guys go to rent a room. A room here.
Already did.
Oh yeah.
we already did.
Yeah, prepaid for the week. We had a suite.
Oh yeah, that's fucking right. I
yeah.
was making the
Yeah.
suite. Okay, yeah, I remember now. I was like, why am I making a suite? Why am I doing this to myself? That's why I was doing it to myself. It's fine. All right.
Yeah.
We don't have an upstairs for this map because we don't. So, you guys end up taking your rest. Or not rest, either way. Go ahead and take your long rest effects. And then, before we begin tomorrow, we will go ahead and take a quick break, I think.
Go piss, girl.
Go piss, girl. Everybody go grab yourself, you know, a refresh on your drinks. Go piss, grab a snack, grab a little shot of something, if that's your vibe today, you know, because it's St. Patty's. And we'll be back here in about 5-10 minutes. Yeah. Hello.
Whoa.
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 Whoa. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a great rest. I hope you got yourself food, drink, booze, whatever it is your flavor is. Thank you, Burden. Yeah. Don't forget, you can sign up to be a player. You scan the QR code under me. Yeah. Anyway. Liari.
Yippee.
Would you
Yes,
like to
Mr.
do the
DM,
thing?
I would like to roll to steal your panties because I had soup.
Yay! We love that you had soup.
Aw.
Dang.
Other than that, I would like to roll to see how hard I crit on stealing these two women's panties in this threesome tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. How good did you do?
There's one.
You can do one each if you like.
And there's another one.
All right.
Wow, plus 2 panties.
Plus 2 panties. Make a note of that
They
for
have
me
names.
to adjust in the near future.
Mr. DM, do they have names or defining features? Do I just call them the anxious one and the hard to get one? Like,
Let's definitely call them that because they do not have names.
anxious woman panties times 1. Hard to get woman's panties times 1. I am now at 11 total stolen panties, Mr. DM.
11? Jesus Christ.
11. My power groweth uncontrollably. I am dexterity.
Acrobatics incarnate.
Yeah. Things I cannot fail at. Acrobatics.
Contortioning.
Athletics, deception. Insight. Persuasion. Sleight of hand. Stealth.
God damn. That's so much you can't fail at.
I know, it's so fun. I'm having a good time.
So, as you slink away, I don't know how you leave in the morning. How do you leave in the morning after being in a tricycle?
In a tricycle.
Well, have you not heard this term?
I just really appreciate you using it in this moment, Mr. DM.
You're very welcome. Yeah.
Assuming they're sleeping soundly, I'm not gonna wake them up. If anything, like,
yeah.
I'll make sure that they're tucked in properly and all that, and I'll just, I'll leave a note and I'll say, you know, thank you for the good time, and I hope y'all continue to enjoy each other. And then I'm gonna go back to my room in the wee hours of the morning. Well, okay, so let's say I was up for a good long time, and then I took my 4-hour meditation in that room, because why not? So it's like not wee hour. It you know, whatever time you want to call that, 7, 8 a.m.
You spent half the evening not sleeping, and then you spent the other half of the evening meditating. Is my takeaway.
Yeah, and then I just left in the morning, leaving a note. Y'all have fun. Y'all are a cute couple.
Fantastic.
Y'all are great.
So, Pyre, you got up early, fixed Joe's armor. You probably have about 3 extra hours. Is there anything that you'd like to do in that extra time frame?
I'm assuming our sleeping quarters is like above this area.
Yeah, let's say that, you know.
Jesus.
Deselect.
There is a hypothetical second floor.
We're selecting
room.
more.
I know.
There's more being selected. What's happening?
He's drawing you a picture.
Just drawing.
There you go.
Into Minecraft B.
So you guys, this would be your entry point. This is the living area. You'd go up this hallway, and then these would be your rooms. But you have your own little private suite.
Oh, wait! I know what I want to do. I remember what I was gonna do.
Okay, we're doing.
Okay, so you remember how in my bag of crap, I specifically have, horns from that tiefling that I
sure do remember the
parts from?
tiefling that you dehorned.
Okay. I want to take, the horns for her, and I want to, like, carve them out and make them all I want to like adorn them like a drinking horn and like turn them into like containers.
Oh.
With like a little latch on top.
You're gonna make a stein out of them?
Yes.
Alright. Okay. Alright.
Oh boy.
Quality of stein, let's see. You're good with leather work and herbalism. This probably falls into the same criteria to some extent as Joe's crab armor.
To be clear, I want to make it so that way it's like yes, there's like a little lid on it, but like I want it to like actually close.
Okay.
Think like if you know like a like actually like seal up.
Like a canteen, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drinking
I will
horn, but
say
make it canteen.
because of your upbringing, you would be pretty familiar with how to use, like, mold natural things the way you'd like them and use things of that nature. So I will say for this, because I don't remember how I had you roll the crab armor, so from going forward, we're going to have you do a wisdom check in order to see how well you can manipulate an object to be what you want it to be.
A wisdom check, you said?
I think a wisdom check, yeah. Because nothing else really makes a lot of sense to me. Maybe survival actually would make more sense. But wisdom it is.
I mean, survival goes off of wisdom anyways.
Yeah.
Ability check?
Yeah, go with, ability check for wisdom. Okay. You're able to take both horns, and they look pretty good. They're not like your best
Question.
work. Yeah.
Could I roll once for each?
Sure. I'm fine with that.
You also probably still have that D4 to add if you wanted to. Oh, well, there you go.
True.
I mean, those are both pretty good, so I don't know.
We'll say the one with the 15. Can I add the funny 4 dice?
Absolutely. It can make a difference. Okay. So 15, 17, and above a 19 were gonna be your DCs. A 14, it's a functional canteen. You kind of messed up a little bit when you were initially doing it, like a bad carve here, or just didn't quite seal it really well. You had to go back and fix it. It's functional now, but it's not quite as good looking as the second one, which you learned from, which looks super good. You've managed to carve out the tiefling horn, put a little stopper on it. It's got a little kickstand now.
Yeah.
The only thing you need is a straw.
Straw, I'm gonna drink straight from it.
Yes.
Awesome. Gonna awkwardly add this to my weird shit.
Awkwardly at it. You have such a weird set of shit in your inventory, like...
Makes a straw out of the tiefling ear cartilage. Sorry.
I think I spelled that wrong. How do you spell tiefling?
Teifling.
Okay, I had the I and the E messed up.
Okay.
Alright, so you have carved the 2 tiefling horns into canteen mugs. Canteens with a lid. Fairly successfully. They're both very functional. I would probably say that each one of those endeavors would have taken you a little while.
Yep.
So we'll say, for all intents and purposes, that'll be the morning. About this time frame, that would be the full rest for Mads and Joe. So, Mads, now that you're up, is there anything that you're specifically doing before you get going for the day?
I'm gonna wake up and we're gonna pray to the goddess. And then we'll get ready for our day and then head out.
Roll a D100. Eyes closed, you pray to the goddess first thing in the morning. And you feel that well of power inside you stir a little bit when you pray. Give me either a religion or an arcana check, please.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
I'm gonna need
go.
like a minute to go get some shit. Hang on.
You are religion. What do you mean? What are you getting?
I think I broke Mr. DM's plans.
No. This has been backburnered for a while until a
Oh.
situation came up where it was relevant. So, no breakage, just neat
We're
moment.
digging through the
Oh, okay.
trenches.
It's like written like 6-7 sessions ago. So,
We'll get to it eventually, Mr. DM, and today's the day.
today's the day.
Today's today. The deck is clean.
The sun is
No.
shining. The tank is clean.
Is clean.
Wait, the tank
We
is
are
clean.
getting out of
The tank
Oh.
is clean.
Today's the dat.
Today's the dad.
Today's the dat.
Okay. On a side note, totally unrelated to D&D, while Mr. DM does his thing,
Thank you.
there's a
Is
tag going around Twitter, and it's just labeled. I think it was supposed to be who remembers, but instead it's just for members, and
Yes!
it's really funny. I have just been scrolling through.
I don't think that's a
No, I
typo,
remember.
because that's literally just a porn tag. Because I was curious about
Is
it
it?
too. Yeah, it's literally
Because
just
I've
porn. And I
never
was like,
seen it in my life. I'm
I
like,
know.
What in the
I was like, what
shit
even
is
happened here?
this?
yeah, I was curious
And
about
it's
it
just,
too. Yeah, I think
it's
porn
mostly
members are
yaoi.
intentional.
It's for
very
members.
yeah, it's yaoi. It's also IRL stuff.
Yeah,
there
I'm
was-
mostly
it's a
seeing
lot.
yaoi,
Yeah.
but I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
What's
it trips
going
me out
on?
Too, every time I
No,
see
literally.
it.
You know,
Yeah,
I clicked
I
on the
was
thing
so-
and I'm just kind of like scrolling through and I'm like, oh, okay. This is all
I don't know
right.
why it popped off all of a sudden. I have no idea the origin of this. I don't know why it's like literally site wide and has been for days. I don't
Okay.
get it.
Don't know, but I'm living for it. It's kind of great. That's all. I just wanted to talk about porn for a second. Thank
Nope,
you.
that's good shit. Love it. We are
mildly
ready.
relevant to D&D.
Oh right.
I hope you enjoy the hard stop on the music.
Wow.
Okay. Matt,
Mhm.
as you take the first thing in the morning, you pray to the goddess. Eyes closed. How do you normally pray to the goddess in the morning or at any given time? Is it like kneeling, standing? How do you do that?
Probably kneeling. That's how I imagine it.
Okay. So you kneel in the small space that is your room in this inn, and you hold the lotus. You clutch it closely to you, that gift from the goddess, and you pray. Pray with a lot of love and happiness and appreciation for the fact that she allowed you to live a second time, to have a second chance at life. You are taken away. That zoom out from yourself above the tavern, above the city, even further until you can see the entirety of the echoing isles below you. And you float there in an incorporeal sense as you take in the landmass below you. You gaze across and you watch as these landmasses, you blink and all of a sudden they are one singular mass. One large continent combined with the continent above the Echoing Isles that you're familiar with, but you've never been to. You know they exist. And you watch as the entirety of the world seems to transition with time flowing backwards with winter becoming autumn, becoming spring, becoming summer, and so on. And this goes over and over until you see a immense civilization at the southern end of the continent, in the space where you would normally see the Echoing Isles. You watch as, from this vantage point, as wars rage and time begins flowing forward again. These wars rage and countries rise and fall, and eventually one unified country or kingdom seems to house the entirety of the southern continent. And it's huge, it is advanced, it is powerful. The magics make sure no one goes hungry, and no one goes to bed cold. And then you watch as, from the center of the leftmost portion of the southern continent, an explosion of such magnitude ripples outwards, and it detaches the southern continent and sends it off into the ocean. The large chunks of this continent rain down, upsetting the entirety of the world with tsunamis and waves hitting other areas in the world, other vicinities, covering and uncovering islands. And you watch as the huge amount of people that lived there, you see their lives just snuff out. And there are a few survivors here and there. Not an entire civilization, but just the remnants of a terrible catastrophe. There is a enormous crater left in the leftern side of what you recognize to be the Echoing Isles. And you see that these isles, the people, as time goes forward, almost faster than you can comprehend, they rebuild a little bit at a time, but none go to that cratered island. None of them go to the Isle of Eternia. You watch as the cities you're familiar with, Silver Song, Stoneguard, Lorehaven, all these places are built up and people inhabit them again. And then you sense the same energy, that same power emanating from Eternia, that power that you sensed just before that immense explosion decimated the continent. And you go to investigate. You flow down into Eternia in your incorporeal form, and you are drawn once again to that temple, that white marble temple filled with statues of so many gods forgotten. And you are drawn to a statue of the goddess. And in a bright light, she steps down from the statue, grabs your hand very softly, and you feel yourself merging, becoming one, and you feel full and fulfilled and happy. This is a glorious feeling. But then it feels less pleasant. That you start to feel sorrow, anger, and rage billowing within you. Go ahead and roll an insight for me, would you? 25. You feel these feelings of sorrow and anger and rage, and you recognize that they aren't your feelings. You, Mads, may have once had those, but that's not who you're trying to be anymore. You're trying to be a better person. You've been given a second chance to do so. And you recognize that these feelings of sorrow and rage and the craving of power for revenge, they're coming from this entity inhabiting you. Your incorporeal form becomes flesh once more, and you can see yourself. You can see your hands in front of you, but you do not control them. Instead, you are forced to watch as your body makes its way into cities, into places filled with those creatures you saw in the Thornbridge Manor, and outside in the city of Silversong. You see more of these snake people, and you watch as your body seems to be a vessel that destroys them, rends them, and tears them, eviscerates them. You eventually climb into... You lose track of time. You, being unable to control your body, you feel suppressed and pushed down to the point where you almost cease to exist. And in the very last moments, you manage to wake yourself just as this person seems to reach out with your body and expends all of your life force to destroy some sort of floating, glowing, reddened crystal. And you watch as your hands right in front of you turn to a dust, a stone, they crumble away, and you cease. And then you come out of this strange vision, unsure of what to make of it. And greet the morning.
I would like to write that down.
Yeah. I will have to get you a written copy of it, because my notes are literally fucking bullet points.
I'll take the bullet points too.
Whatever you got, I want it in
Yeah.
my mouth.
Maybe, yeah.
It's mixed in with my other stuff. You'll have to get it after the session. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yay, that's so good.
That was so cool.
I'm so upset it got cut halfway off.
What do you
I
mean?
know.
We've never had technical difficulties in our life. We just splice it in the... You just take the two VODs and you splice it and nothing happened. Right, chat? Nothing happened. Ooh, another small treasure. Thank you. Our son is on it.
Yippee!
He spoils us.
He truly does. He cares for you.
What
All
do we
right.
win?
So let's see who's gonna get it. We're not gonna include Pyrie because Pyrie got one. One,
Got
two,
a bonus
three.
set of panties.
Mads. Roll me another
Right.
D100 not related to the goddess or any crazy lore drops.
For funsies.
For funsies.
For loot,
For loot.
you find the other one ring.
50.
Finally, I can be
Suddenly,
invisible.
you're married.
Finally. I don't want to be married.
And you're compelled.
No, I want to be invisible.
You're suddenly compelled to be with each other for some reason, and it's fucking weird.
Mads. After coming out of that insane vision, dream, you're not even sure what it was. You kind of take a moment, sit on the edge of the bed, and look over, and you didn't notice it before, but there is a deck of what looks like well-worn playing cards on your side table. They're worth 5 silver.
Wow. Expensive
I'm-
cards.
I'm gonna learn card tricks.
Are they like waterproof or something in the day and age where waterproof is kind of impressive?
Maybe. So, the morning has greeted you. I would say, Liari, whenever you stumble your way into the suite, you can. But
Yeah.
and
in
then
the morning.
whatever you guys want to do, the day is yours. What's your plans?
Good morning.
My bad.
How's everybody? No, you don't have to be my bad.
My bad.
I was just being extra. Just, you know how like everyone's already annoyed by my existence in general, so I just bust open the door like, "Good morning," you know, and everyone's just like, "Shut the fuck up." I slept great. How was your night?
Fiery simply going to be drinking water from her lovely new fancy little like flask thing.
That's new. Where'd you get that?
She's just gonna continue sipping and just staring at Larry.
Wait, that's from the tiefling horns that you took from like right in front of me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have to roll to
No.
for recognition?
you
I
know
just
what
know
it
that?
is. Yeah, that's a defining moment in this relationship.
I'm just, it was. I was traumatized. That was when I realized I was the normal one. I'm gonna, yeah. So yeah, I see that. I'm like, oh, where'd you get that? And then I'm gonna squint and I'm gonna be like, oh,
Oh.
Fiery's just gonna
Kyrie.
have, like a kind of like a sly smile on her face. It's like, finally found a use for them.
all right. I mean, water's good for you, so yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Out of all the things she could have used it for, I guess this isn't the worst thing it could have been.
This sure is. Yeah. How was your night, Mads? How'd that go? Joseph, did you sleep?
Oh yeah, I slept pretty good. There was a little bit of like bouncing next door. I didn't really know what that was, so I just went to sleep.
Oh, you felt that
Matt-
earthquake too, huh, son?
Matt's is gonna like spit their drink out, cough, you know, just visibly appalled.
It was really weird. It was like sometimes it was like a really strong earthquake, and other times it was really small and tiny. And like, I don't know. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, those aftershocks are really something, aren't they?
That's weird. I didn't experience anything like that.
I mean, you could have.
You can make earthquakes?
Not necessarily.
You
Larry's
know that
very
depends
good at
on-
it, though.
I sure can, bud. I sure can. And that is usually an open offer, but it, you know, it is what it is.
Can you make one right now? That's really cool.
You know, bud,
Larry,
I don't
show
think I
us.
can. Is that consent? Have you changed your mind?
No.
Well, then, Joseph, I don't think I can make any earthquakes right now, bud.
Oh,
But
yeah.
one day when it becomes relevant, I'll give you some pointers.
Oh, you mean I can make earthquakes?
I can teach you some techniques that will help you learn how to make earthquakes, and I think your girlfriend back home will love it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she likes magic.
Yeah, I bet she does. So you should save that specifically for her. So I'll give you pointers one day. Today is not that day.
Okay. Well, whenever we do finally meet, whenever you guys finally get to meet Bo, we'll definitely have to go over it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. That being said, Nothing else happened to you guys last night, right? It was an uneventful night while I was off doing my thing. You didn't hear anything else about the cock and the flamboyant flamingos?
Nothing on my end.
All right, fair enough. Well, considering I couldn't hear anything through the door and they didn't come to get us in our sleep, I'd say we may as well go about our business today. I know... Oh, no, don't do it. I know her name. I know her name. I know her name. I know it. I know I wrote it down. Where is it? No, and I remember it was like an interesting and different name.
I am trying to vary them up, you know.
And I remember you gave us access to find. Oh, we're not on the map where I can find it.
Yep, I can fix that. Yeet.
It was like, oh, that's helpful.
God, it's such a fucking huge map too. I gotta zoom so far.
So I remember Araltha wanted to meet with us today to talk out some stuff. And then also I think you wanted to go to your part-time job at some point, which I would love to join you on because I still need to talk to them about identifying some stuff that I have as well.
Mads is gonna shudder because they probably forgot. They were probably thinking about all the stuff that happened to him this morning, and they forgot that they had to return to the one lady.
Are you not excited about your part-time job?
She's not a very conventional boss. More like a scientist poking a rat.
Oh. Are you okay?
She seems to know stuff about magic, and she thinks she might be able to help me with this new power that I have, and I don't like her, but she seems pretty smart.
She seems nice to me.
Alright, well, I mean, as long as she's not doing anything too crazy to put you in danger, I guess. Weird is okay. You know what? We deal with weird. We deal with different. We are intimately familiar with weird and different. So
I'd be interested to see what you think of her.
why is that? And I'm gonna kind of give you eyes like you know something I don't.
I don't know. She's just hard to read. Like, once you meet her, like, I think you'll understand what I mean, but she's just...
Well, I'm currently batting pretty high on a hard to get women, so I think...
I don't think she's gonna be interested in that, but you know what? You can try. I'd like to see that too.
I'm gonna hear that, but instead of deflating, I'm gonna take that as a challenge because it's Mads, and Mads wishes me ill all the time in this regard. So I'm gonna take it as a challenge to be like, yeah, I guess we will see about that. Do you care about which place we drop by first? Because I think, unless your part-time thing is pressing, like you have specific hours, I think I'd prefer to drop by the blacksmith.
She just wanted me to stop by at some point, so we can just do that last.
Fair enough. Joseph, did you have anything you wanted to do today?
Does he have anything he wants to do today? Nope. I'm all free. We can go wherever you want.
Okay, bud. Let's do it.
All right, so where's the party heading off to first?
To the Crucible and Candle, Mr. DM.
All right, guys. So, as you make your way... Oh. Yeah. As you guys make your way to the Crucible and Candle, you head on inside. See the familiar interior filled primarily with blacksmithing equipment, but of course there is a little bit of candle making and you see the familiar visage of Araltha as she is making her way about the smithy, seemingly collecting materials for the day's work. I presume you guys just waltz right in, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were invited.
Yep. So as you guys make your way in, Araltha kind of turns, sets everything down, and makes a couple of huge, large steps towards you. Just, welcome back, everybody!
Good morning to you too. Early start for you, huh?
Oh, that's right. The sun gives me power, and I keep to it. Early morning, early bed.
Noted. Do you ever happen to stay up past your bedtime, or are you pretty strict about your sleeping hours?
How much Riz are you throwing into that statement?
A lot.
Okay, yeah, go.
I'm feeling very good after my conquest last night, on top of the fact that I'm very intrigued by her and very enamored with respect and everything else, so.
Okay, yeah, give me a straight charisma check.
Yeah. Okay!
Hey,
Yeah!
there you go.
Oh, we're so in.
Araltha kind of there's just like this very small moment of like stopping and kind of processing what you say. Oh, sometimes I could be convinced, but that might have to wait for later. I'm not quite available right now, though I do appreciate you all coming to see me so early in the morning. Because I presume it's like 9 a.m., honestly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have any news yet. I expected to have some by now, but whatever information our friend Elias brought, it must have been something very important.
Interesting.
I know.
Right. And all of that went off without a hitch. Yeah, he got to where he needed to go, and there's no problems on that end.
I'm told that he was taken to the safe house and everything is underway. He is currently in a safe location, although I personally do not know where it is, but we like it that way. Just in case, somebody comes in and tries to get me to talk. Yeah, lucky. They'll be lucky if I don't bite their nose off.
Surely that would provide some entertainment either way, but yes, it is good that as little people as possible know about the location so that he's safe.
Yes, indeed. But I do have to thank you all once again for going in my stead and taking care of all those issues. I know that there was a bit of a fuss, or so I heard anyway. So thank you very much. And of course, be assured, my forge is at your disposal if you need anything. She gives you a little wink.
Noted. I have a few things that I kind of want to get checked out. And if that proves fruitful, I might be swinging by here just in case there might be something you could do with them as well. So keep that in mind.
I look forward to when you return.
Sure. How long do you think their meeting will go today before you hear something?
Well, usually they're pretty good with time frames, so provided that it's just a meeting and they weren't raided, it shouldn't be much longer. It must be really important.
All right then. Well, we do have one other stop to make today. So maybe we will swing back through when we're done with that. And then you can focus on your work lest I continue to distract you.
We can't have any distractions in the forge, but outside the forge, that's a different story.
I see. Well, I will see you later today.
I look forward to it, and she gives the entirety of the party a bow before returning to her work.
When we get out of the shop, I'll be like, well, we have a blacksmith at our disposal if anybody needs any weaponry or armor. I know Pyrie likes to make a lot of her own stuff, but we'll see what happens when she comes back. I don't know why I said when she comes back. She's technically here, but in my brain I know, like, high table. She's gone.
Oh.
Welcome back. We have a blacksmith at our disposal, and now we're gonna probably go see the magic mushroom lady.
Magic mushroom.
Magic mushroom lady.
Magic mushrooms.
So you guys make your way to the magic mushroom lady?
Yippee!
All right.
Unless anybody else has something else they want to do.
Magic mushroom lady.
Magic mushrooms.
All right. I would like, actually.
I'm gonna connect our brains before we get there. Because I feel like that may be relevant with how, great, 7 hours?
7 hours, hot damn.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody make sure to take a sip of water. And then... as you guys are making your way around this particular point on the map, just to your left, I would like, actually, let me go ahead and do a thing real quick here.
Which one of us is Superman?
Or Superman?
I'm seeing a comment in the chat, and I don't know if that's commentary on, like, my ability to raise women or Mr. DM's ability to provide us with such an immaculate gaming space.
Gaming space.
I'm doing my best.
No, I'm just more like I'm trying, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you guys thread your way through the busy thoroughfare of the town, your attention is drawn to a small squad of city guards marching a chain gang towards, well, on the map you'll see it as Red Shield Keep, but it's the large tower that represents the city guards' presence, or at least their headquarters in the city. Each prisoner bears a very unmistakable black chain tattoo on their wrist. And they pass by you one at a time, some looking rather well-kempt, and some looking a little bit less so. And as the end of the line reaches you, a very gaunt figure with some longer, very oily brown hair plastered to his head makes eye contact with your group. He has a missing left ear, replaced by a ragged stump, and both of his pinky fingers have been crudely severed. With the entirety of the party, please make me a history check.
Is it Marv? Yeah, I would know!
Nat fucking 20 on that history though. It's not a high history check. The DC's 10.
That's okay.
Actually, this technically works so far. But Mads, give me a history check if you want. If you don't want, I'm just gonna continue.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting out. I had a bunch of pop-ups, so I hadn't cleared them.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh yeah, the blacksmith.
Yeah. Okay. History?
Yeah. Yes.
I probably won't do well.
Well enough, you hit the DC.
Let's go.
So, objectively speaking, this actually works really well. You realize, with a bit of a jolt, that this is Marv.
Yeah.
Who was once he was one of the members, if you recall properly, which Liara you do, he was objectively third in command in the Lower Haven branch of the Black Chain Syndicate. But is now a malnourished, battered shell of his former self. And for a fleeting moment, shock washes over his face before it twists into a look of venomous hatred. And with that nat 20, Liari, it is exclusively aimed at you and Mads.
As it should be. I was just kind of generally glaring at the prisoners as they were walking by, but when I see him, it turns into like a very snarled grin, like a, yeah, that's right. Look how far you've fucking fallen. And then he does that like look of anger at me, and I just beam at him.
I just
I know
mug.
Me mugging.
There's no rules for this because I feel like you guys could do this just fine. He just looks at you with so much hatred, and a guard tugs really roughly on the chain, forcing him to move forward, but his glare lingers until he is taken down an entire street and then shoved out of sight behind some buildings, like as they travel onwards. Not like he's going in an alley to be murdered. So anyway.
Well, in another timeline, perhaps. Perhaps only a few weeks prior. Who's to say?
Who's to say? So anyway, let me go ahead and mark that one.
What a joyous day.
What a joyous.
Fuck that man. I'll be like, man, that guy fucking deserved it. I love this place. We should settle down here at some point when we're done doing whatever it is we feel like we need to do. This place is awesome. You just openly beat the shit out of these people and like they just get paraded around like pariah. That's free entertainment. This place is great.
Oh man. So, with that in mind, you guys make your way off. Make your way up into the Celestine district. Let me see. I gotta check something. Hang on. This is not anybody's role. It's just me doing a number thing. Okay. Later then.
It's not anybody's role, but it's my role, baby.
Baby! Okay. So, you guys make your way off to the Twilight Arcana.
Mm-hmm. Before we go inside, I want to be like, Mad, since you kind of have an in with the magic mushroom lady, hopefully you can kind of get me in to the best of your abilities. Maybe you can work me some kind of special deal on getting my stuff looked at, and then I'll work my own magic just to show you what I'm capable of.
I'm just gonna deep sigh. What ended up happening last time was she really wanted to look at my powers and understand them and observe me, and for that she offered skills of helping us find things and figure out what some of the stuff we've collected was. So I'm sure if I let her poke me some more, she'll probably just look at it.
All right, then I'm relying on you, and I'll throw like an elbow.
Don't be weird.
I don't recall ever being weird, so easy enough.
In we go.
So you guys make your way in through the doors of the Twilight Arcana. And Mads, for you it's familiar. Liari, this is all new. It is a very like purpley, softly lit space, a lot of purples, blues, shelves of crystals and arcane curios line the walls, and very plush rugs on the ground. It's got like a tinge of incense, some like lavender, and a lot of that dusty parchment smell. And everything in here looks magical to some extent. This is a very like high class shop. And as you guys make your way in, from behind the back counter, you see the figure of Morkella rise up. She takes a couple steps around the counter and comes up next to you, or comes up towards you and says, "Greetings. Welcome back to the Twilight Arcana."
Hello, nice to see you again. You remember myself and Pyrie and Joe. I've brought my other companion as well, Ilari. No, point to Ilari.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Ilari.
And it's a pleasure to meet you as well. What an amazing shop you have here.
Thank you. It took much money to make this shop a pleasant experience for my customers.
Pleasant indeed. I heard you got to do some delving into some things that have been going on with my friend Mads here. Did you find anything interesting?
They're gonna like just kind of tilt their head and their mushrooms sway a little bit as they tilt. Your friend Mads is an enigma and requires further study.
Fair enough. And speaking of studying, there were a few things that I've picked up on the road that I was hoping you could look at for me. I'm
Of
assuming
course.
that's something you do here.
We absolutely can identify items that you bring in. Is this part of our arrangement? And looks at Mads.
Nod my head. Yes, if you'll agree to that, if that's agreeable.
Very well. We shall do more examinations. Please hand me the items you wish to have identified.
Okay. I will send screenshots from things that I have written down.
Oh, I was going to say, if you have just a vague name, I'll just give you the actual item. Oh, that'll do.
Yeah, because whatever that was, I don't even know if it's magical. And then I have the fancy green and black dagger.
All right.
Doo-doo-doo. And then there was the weird totem paperweight with gem inside that I found in the fucking cursed ass house. And then there was the ornate dagger from the Funny Christmas Dream.
Funny Christmas Dream.
Yep. Those are my 4 things.
Where did we
Also,
get
I
the
don't know why
ring
that-
from? Because I don't have that listed.
I think it was one of those funny have a treasure moments.
Oh. Yeah, it was, okay. That one is not, in fact, magical.
Okay.
But
Then it
worth
is not
plenty of money.
relevant. I will delete it. It's just expensive as fuck.
So to be clear, I don't know who had this particular item. I know it was picked up. I think it was Pyre. I'm gonna shove it in Pyre's. Here you go, Pyre.
Is it the shield that you were
What did I
talking
do?
about the last time that
Yeah.
we were pretty sure Mads had, but
Oh,
wasn't in
was
their
it Mads?
inventory?
I don't know. It wasn't in anybody's, so because we deleted them all. So y'all
Yeah, because
can.
we weren't sure.
Yeah, I think we gave it to me because we just weren't sure.
Ah,
I don't pick up stuff typically, so.
well then, there's that
I do
shield.
things like crazy, but
So
I
Mads,
think that was from like the bodies we were taking before, and I
Mhm.
had looted stuff off of it, and then Mads took everything else.
Oh, yeah.
That
That
sounds
tracks.
right.
So Mads, you have the shield that's identified in your inventory. I didn't add anything to Pyres. And then Liari, you now have the Night Shriek dagger, the Frost Fang dagger, and the Bog Witch's totem. And you
Oh.
kind of take a look at those and see what you want to do with them.
Where's the totem? What do I? Oh, there it is. What the? That's the one I'm curious about. So like, what is this? Called it a paperweight.
Yep, sure did. So, after about with 4 items, after about a 40-minute period of identification, Morkella stops, hands the rest of them back to you, and says, "Wonderful. I am so glad we were able to come to this arrangement. Whenever you are ready." Mads tilts her head and her mushrooms just kind of bounce.
I suppose we should just get it started.
Yes, I have also enchanted the main shop to take no damage from your outbursts.
Oh, well, that's very insightful of you.
I am protective of my investment.
Understandably so.
I'm just gonna. Did she just do this like instantly and hand it back, or do I have to like wait some time? To
Oh, I was saying over the course of
appropriately-
like 40 minutes was the identification. She's doing it ritualistically.
Cool. When she's done, I'll just thank her for her service and pat Mads on the back and be like, "This was a really cool arrangement you had here. Are there any other arrangements you might be looking for?" And I'll give her like the eyes just to see what happens.
I am gonna have you roll it, but not for the reason you think. So please roll me a charisma check.
Interesting. Am I gonna die here?
20 was the goddamn DC. No shit. No fucking shit.
I'm not gonna die here today.
So she kind of like looks at you, tilts her head, squints her eyes, and all the mushrooms wiggle a little bit.
Oh.
She's like,
God, I hate that.
"I understand you are looking for an intimate relationship. However, I do not have any interest in a physical relationship, unless you are more interesting, magically speaking," and looks at Mads.
Oh my god!
You risked so hard, you wingman for Mads.
Let's go! Dude, I'm kind of okay with that. Like, I don't even take that as like a diss, because that's fucking awesome. And I'm gonna be like, but what if a package deal? Because this one might take some convincing.
You might have to kill me.
Well, we're not gonna be doing that. Thank you for the offer, though.
I would prefer not to kill my specimen.
At this
Oh,
point,
you have
Iris
nicknames
is
already.
gonna be like, "What the fuck?" and just kind of walk up and just grab Larry by the face and drag them off like full basketball palm for face, and be like, "No."
Mentally, I'm gonna be like, Pyre, thank you.
Can't
That's why I'm
Liari
like,
hear
no,
it
she
too?
can have that. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
all you, man. Don't fumble that though, because she is like ready.
I fucking love this shit. I gotta see what happened to Joe. Hang on. Did Joe go? Did Joe stay? Joe stayed. Joe's just
Joe's
hanging
fine.
out.
What a sweet bean.
Joe's observing. It's fine.
Would you please take position in the center of the room, and we will begin.
Okay.
Mentally, you got this, Mads. Again, don't fumble it.
I'm just gonna send the most just like shut the fuck up aura.
All right.
All right, so you make your way towards the center of the room. You feel that well of power within you. How would you access it? You are familiar with the process of doing so at this point, and you can expend it in like a burst. But is there any particular thing that you, Mads, would try to do?
I would try to like in previous instances, I would kind of mentally think of it as like there's water in like a basin, and then you crack the basin, and like all the water just like comes out immediately.
Okay.
And then in this case, I'm thinking like more of like a trickle, like a small like stream of the water coming out.
Okay, so smaller crack to like extend the power is what I
Yes.
hear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, as you focus on making it a small stream, a trickle instead of a burst, is there anything else you focus on, or just controlling it?
I think I'm just gonna think about control because the lady said that I couldn't break anything, so.
Okay. Then pull this up real quick. Boop-a-doop-boop-boop-boop-a-doop-a-doop. Let me tell you though, guys, like kind of relatedly, your files are starting to get out of hand. Like all three of your files. There's so much information.
I can't wait to see how many gigs we have.
Our dossiers are getting out of hand.
They really are.
Got FBI files on us.
All right. Mads.
Mhm.
You focus. You take that well of power, and instead of breaking it open and allowing everything to blast out of you all at once, you focus on this tiny trickle of water, just a little bit, like coming out of a dam. Like you're controlling the amount of power that comes out at a time, and you're making it last longer. And you focus on that really hard. Feel yourself kind of warming up. You feel as though your arms are kind of a little hot. And you close your eyes and focus even harder as you feel as if your hands have burst into flame, and then that pain disappears, but they just feel warm and comforting, as if it's some sort of extension of yourself. And you hear, with your eyes closed, you hear Joe go,
Is that a sneeze?
so I presume you'd like to open your eyes and check it out, huh?
Yes, I would like to see.
Let me grab the thingy for you. Ha, ha, ha.
There's a thingy.
Oh, I got a thingy. Provided I wasn't, didn't have a billion things here. Where's your character? There we are. Yeah. Please take a look at a feature called Golden Embers,
Whoa.
which you can wreath your hands or a weapon, and a gold shimmering flame for up to 1 minute using concentration. And every time you hit something with that, you deal an extra 1d4 plus your wisdom modifier of radiant damage. You also have advantage on intimidation checks against hostile creatures who see this.
Whoa, let's go. Huge.
So, your hands are on fire in this golden, radiant, bright flame. Joe is kind of freaking out. Markella just sort of looks down and starts to inspect as she kind of wanders around your hands, around your whole body. As she just kind of looks around. This is fascinating. How are you maintaining this?
I'm just focusing really hard on trying not to let it all burst.
Roll me a concentration check, which is my brain wants to say a wisdom saving throw.
Sounds right to me.
Okay. You are easily able to maintain this fire as it... Actually, no shit. The way I'm imagining it is very much like a Super Saiyan, but just your arms.
Yes, I love that.
So, you even get the little sound effect. So Markella is now just testing things. She's starting to poke it, and you watch as she extends her hand and touches yours. Do you actually, you wouldn't necessarily be able to control that yet. So as she touches it, you watch as her hand kind of the fire hops onto it and kind of burns her hand and up to her forearm, and she backs away quickly and kind of looks at her hand back and forth and kind of looks back at the fire. She goes, "How very interesting."
I feel like Mads would feel bad for hurting her and probably start apologizing. I am so sorry, I didn't mean to burn you. You just got too close.
That is the price of inquiry. And this will go on for a little bit longer, and she's just going to continue to poke you for the next minute that it lasts. And eventually, that well of power runs dry as the last drops make their way out into the fire, and it dissipates, and it just seems to disappear. And you're back to your old self, the well of power empty inside you. Markella is going to be she's going to look at you, kind of step up, touch your arm again, and she's just going to start poking you and lifting your hand and just really checking you out as a whole unit, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So once that's all finished, this probably goes on for a 20-minute period where she's just kind of poking, prodding, and looking at you. She goes back to her counter, pulls out a notebook, and begins writing down a bunch of stuff. And doesn't speak for a little while. So unless you actually talk to her, she won't say anything for 10 minutes.
I'm just gonna look at her and be so, any hypothesis?
We do not yet have a firm hypothesis. However, I believe that you may be a recipient of a bloodline trait that is little known, but is referred to as Veil Magic. It is a condition afflicted to a very select few within the Echoing Isles.
Oh. Interesting.
Indubitably, I have not seen one of your kind. This is a fascinating turn of events.
So, same time tomorrow then, right?
that would be exceptional.
Mads is gonna take this as their opportunity to leave.
And she will not say anything. You just leave and she just continues to
Yep.
do her thing.
I'll let her think on it. We'll come back tomorrow.
So, while you've been doing that, Mads and Liari, you guys left. What are you working on right now? What are you doing? You just hanging out outside the shop?
Yeah, just
You mean
waiting for Mads. I had nothing else I needed to do today except for go back and check in for news, but we can do that as a group. So, although I was looking at this totem and what this totem does, and I was like making a mental note that I should probably chuck that at Mads when they're done.
Yeah.
Can I go back in and talk to the lady?
Yeah, you can. Go back in and talk to the lady.
Mushroom lady.
You come in. I would say probably at this point, Mads had just started to walk out then, yeah. So, Mads, you see Pyrie come in just as you grab Joe and you guys are about to leave. Pyrie walks in.
Pyrie has a question about the funny ring on her finger.
Oh, the one that you got last night. So true.
Yeah, the one I got last night that I know is magical, but I don't know what it does, and I don't want to take it off because it seems lucky, but I don't know, maybe the lady knows something already.
Seems lucky is such a nice way to put the fact that, like, you're probably trapped.
So,
So
You
Pyrie's
make-
gonna walk up to her and just be like,
What did?
just be like, she's gonna be like, do you have a minute?
the Morkella continues to write without stopping, and she says, I have as many minutes as is required.
So I found this ring yesterday and I put it on, and I know it's magical, but I don't know what it does. But when I did a thing, it seems like it's really lucky, and it makes me not want to take it off. Do you know what it is?
She perks up a bit when you say it doesn't want you to take it off.
And Pyrie's just gonna like put her hand out with the ring on it, and just be like, I don't know. I found it on a table.
Interesting. Can you hold this position for 10 minutes?
Sure.
Wonderful. And she immediately takes your hand and begins casting Identify. You do not move an inch for 10 minutes. Are you used to not moving an inch for 10 minutes?
I feel like Pyrie would be, considering living in nature and being very, very still and one with the trees, and also meditation.
I will give
Yeah, I
you
was
that.
gonna
That's
say, you literally meditate at night as like a tree.
that is a good convincing factor.
She's literally fucking pseudo-udo. I don't know what you want from her.
That's a rock.
It's a tree.
Sonny,
I know.
I don't know how to tell you this, but that's a rock.
It's a tree to me. It will
Yeah, me
always
too.
be a tree.
Yeah, it's a tree in our hearts.
So, after the 10 minutes come up, Morkella removes her hands, tilts and says, the ring is cursed. Did you not check it before immediately placing it on your hand?
Finally. Go on.
Didn't check it.
I see.
I saw a shiny ring. It was on the table. I was fidgeting with it. I put it on my finger.
A simple enough trap. However, the ring is cursed. If you attempt to take it off without casting a spell of Remove Curse, you will be forced to take damage within your mind. Additionally, if you try to do any particular action, for all intents and purposes. If you fail an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw by a certain amount, by 5 or more, you suffer 1d4 psychic damage.
That's funny.
Well, don't fail.
Question.
Uh-huh.
How much damage should I take if I take it off?
You'll have to try. That one's not available.
Okay.
Mads, you got your magic healing juju, right? I might have to cut Pyre's finger off.
I'm gonna assume that, like, no one else has heard this conversation, considering I am inside, they are now outside. Correct?
Well, I went in with you. If anything, I was gonna sidebar with Mads, but
Oh, okay.
Either
I
way.
thought
you
were
can
still
play that
outside.
however you want to play that. Because I want to have
Okay.
this whole sidebar where I try and leverage the funny paperweight that I have to have an interaction with Mads that's mildly meaningful, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Maybe we can convince Mushroom Lady to remove the curse if I let her poke me again.
You'd rather do that than just cut Pyre's finger off and put it back?
I don't know if I can put it back.
You mean you don't know if you can put it back? This is
I'm
what
not
you
a good-
do. You've been cutting fingers off all this whole time.
I
What are you
cut
talking
them
about?
off.
You
I
don't know if
don't
you
put
can
them back. I'm not a good surgeon.
But you're a cleric. You have healing
Yeah.
juju. What are you
I am
talking
a
about?
grave cleric.
I don't know what that means.
Death. That's what that means.
Well,
Anyways,
My god.
Tyree is gonna thank the funny mushroom lady and be like, you want anything in return for looking at it?
I have made the arrangement with your associate, Mads, to return and perform her powers so that I may study her.
Thank you.
Of course. And goes back to
Hey,
writing.
Mads! Hey, Mads. Hey, Mads. Hey, Mads.
Yes, Pyrie.
Can you pull this ring off my finger for me?
You want me to pull it off?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Liari. Should I pull it off?
I don't know. We don't know what it does. We just know
What?
she can't take it off, and you can't put her finger back on. So I don't know.
I'll try tugging it off.
I mean, they said I can't take it off. That doesn't mean somebody else can't take it off of me.
I see the logic, and you know, there's not much brain left for you to lose. So we may as well give it a shot.
Mads, are you attempting to pull the ring off of Pyrie?
Yes.
Okay. Mads, please make me either a sleight of hand or a strength check to get it off.
I think I'd like to assist by
I have a
restraining Pyrie.
Restraining Pyrie. Give me a no. Acrobatics, because I know that's what you want to use. You are manipulating the terrain to your
No, that's crazy. I've never seen a 1 look like a 20.
It's just like that tiny Baldur's Gate.
It's just like Baldur's Gate when you broke the game and glitched that 1 and suddenly it was a 20. That's me.
I still don't know how that happened.
My God.
I don't know.
Pyrie, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, a wisdom saving
Wisdom.
throw?
Uh-huh. Oh.
Oh.
Well.
Do I take psychic damage, Mr. DM?
Does Harry go into a coma for 6 years, Mr. DM?
Am I going down too, Mr. DM?
So here's the issue I run into is I didn't write this situation into the fucking item.
Uh-huh.
I wrote in
Time
if
to decide,
Pyrie
Mr.
takes
DM.
off.
This would be a perfect time for the mushroom lady to intervene
Right.
while we're
You
about to perform this.
You explicitly said if you take it off of yourself,
Wait.
therefore.
Okay. Brain is braining. I have an idea. This is a great segue.
I love
What, Mr. DM?
obliterating
What?
whatever rules.
Where is it?
Quick on your feet.
Okay. Pyrie.
Yeah. What up?
As the ring. As Mads pulls on the ring, she tugs on it and it begins to slide off and it seems to cry out to you. No, you need me. And you instinctively try to put it back on, but Mads has already started to pull it, and Liari somehow has tripped and managed to catch herself and hold on to you, all while doing acrobatics all at the same time.
Yeah.
The ring,
Impressive.
the ring
It
slips
was like
off
when I
of
went
your
to
finger.
go flying kick Joe, but it worked this time.
The ring slips off your finger, Pyrie,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel bad, horrible. You feel like your life is nothing. It's an end. It's a waste. There's nothing left. The ring is gone. Please take 50 points of psychic damage
Oh my god.
and go unconscious.
I would like to note to the team right now that leaves me with 16 hit points.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should be fine because I think I'm the squishiest in the group at 52, but like
I'm
that
at-
probably hurted bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have 16 hit points left.
Pirate.
Since I was already holding on to her somehow in some way, I'd like to like lower her to the ground so that she doesn't just like slam head first when she passes out. And accidentally lose the last 16 health. Cracking her head open on the ground.
Mads, this DC is not super high, but please roll me a dexterity saving throw to not have the ring fall on your finger like that time in Lord of the Rings.
Oh god. Oh, so true.
I'm sorry, did you say dexterity saving throw?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, look at
I was
that.
gonna say I'm ready to do a like kick out to the side if I need to. Like,
So, Mads, that ring
If it was
flies
just
up.
a series of we all end up wearing the ring, taking it off and passing the fuck out in front of the shop with
Yeah, it's
Joe
like
just
that-
standing there like, what do I do?
it's like Bilbo in Lord of the Rings where the ring is like falling down and he manages to land it perfectly on his hand.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So you managed to not let it land on your finger, and you managed to grab it in your palm. And you feel the ring is upset. But we'll come back to that. Pirate. You have fallen unconscious physically, but mentally, you're still standing in place. You see your body being lowered to the ground by Liara. You see Joe upset, kneeling beside you, shaking you. You see Mads having caught the ring and then making her way over to you as well. But you're not there. You're standing separated. in this strange grayscale world. As you kind of look around. Let me make sure I get you the correct term here. As you look around, you see a tall, skinny figure wrapped in layers of faded black and gray robes with slender hands that almost disappear into oversized sleeves. And you can smell a faint, sickly sweet smell of incense that clings to him. Looking over him, you can kind of see he has slightly gaunt features and a thin scar just over one of his eyebrows. You look into his eyes, which, there you go, which are deep set and reflect serenity and a calculating intelligence. See bits of bone motif and arcane sigils embroidered along his hood. And despite a mild smile, there's an intensity you can't place in his eyes. You recognize this individual. This is that same man that you met all those years ago, who taught you how to raise the dead. And we're going to go ahead and end our session right there.
That's my guy! That's my guy! Fiery lore.
Fiery lore.
Fiery lore.
We're getting into some lore.
Yeah. That definitely doesn't have to do with the questions that we're currently sending in my DMs.
No, not at all. I wasn't sure he was going to get revealed, but this worked out really well because I wasn't going to put him out this session. But this is perfect.
Amazing.
Wow,
Perfect
luckily
timing.
we're at the end of session and you can use that as a baller cliffhanger and you have a week to figure it out.
Crazy. It's not like that one small treasure led to an entire side fucking tangent or anything.
That's the story of our life, I think.
Fiery just putting on random ass fucking jewelry because she finds it and
I knew.
it's shiny and pretty.
I fucking knew. See, Mr. DM was mad that I haven't been using these daggers this whole time, and I get it because they're pretty cool and I'm excited to talk about them, but like, this is why, this is why, this is why, and it finally happened, and it happened, and you put on the curse ring, and I've been waiting for that moment because of course it would be you.
Look, it's the person who is willy-nilly about it. That's who got it, you know? Also, it's a point of interest.
Because the dice know.
You want to give that totem to Mads, I presume, right?
Yeah, but I wanted to RP out something, some sort of bargaining to see if I can.
Oh, okay.
So, like, we can save that for next time.
You got it. Just checking. You guys can rotate the items however you like as well. Like whenever you want to. You should be able to see all the items in there, but I can always post them. Although that's a little more messy than just seeing them in the game. Oh, you know what we could do? We could just make an items channel.
True.
So, anyway, guys. Hope y'all had a good session.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was eventful.
It was good.
Across the board, very
Yeah.
eventful.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot. This is a lot of information. I didn't mean for this to be a lore dump episode, by the way. This is very dice related. The rolls.
Yeah. The dice know how to tell the story, and we're just at its mercy. That is all.
They truly
Honestly.
do.
Because it's correct more often than not, which is why I can't be mad when they just make me roll 10 ones in a row. Because the dice just know something that I don't know. But it's a little... I'm so excited for lore. I'm loving the Pyre lore. I'm loving the Mads lore.
We're gonna get to
Lore.
some additional lore for Liari pretty soon, I think.
Soon? My heart's not ready.
No, it's not.
Shut up. Don't say that. Don't say that like that. No.
Me.
When I I said trauma goes both ways, Mr. D. Or what did I say? Torture. When I
Yeah, you said torture goes both ways. I was like, ah, that's rude.
It's fine. We're fine.
Okay, that is all your guys' items in the items section of the Discord.
Woohoo!
We love a
Amazing.
story. We love story because the entire party dies, right?
Mr. DM, I would like to attempt one more time to roll to steal your panties.
I believe in you. Damn. Solid effort, though.
I know, 2 20s today, and they weren't that.
And a 5. Let's get a 5 over here. Oh. So anyway, what a time. What a day. Aren't you all excited for next week's episode?
Yes, I'm very
Next time
mad
on
that our
Dragon
time
Ball
is up.
Z.
I am an upset,
I am an
but
upset.
in a good way.
Yeah. The cliffhangers, man, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
I don't always get to cliffhanger so hard like this. Like, this is a hard cliffhanger.
It is.
So it's exciting.
It's feeling like some solo leveling season 2 right now.
All right. So, I hope everybody in the chat enjoyed today's rambunctious lore delving session. Yeah, you know, of course, if you're interested in being a player, you can scan that QR code at the bottom and sign up, get on the wait list. Doesn't help when I sneeze in the middle of my spiel, but there we are. And yeah, so if you don't already, follow these 2 wonderful streamers who are hanging out with me right now playing this game. Please go ahead and give them a follow. They are both very wonderful, thoughtful, kind, awesome individuals. Please do so. And with that, we're gonna go find somebody to say hello to. Yo, hopefully they'll be doing D&D things. Then I can call my wife back. Let's see.
D&D.
Oh, we got a 5-year anniversary stream for somebody I've never rated
Wow.
before, so we can go check that out.
Party.
Oh, they just started too. They're 7 minutes in.
Perfect.
That is perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and pop in Blackwater D&D. Campaign 2, episode 90. Jesus Christ, that's fantastic.
That's gonna be us.
Hopefully.
We're getting there.
Thank you, Burton, for putting out the raid messages. All right, so thank you for everybody for being here. I'm very excited for next session. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be a real good time. There's going to be a lot of dumping. Actually, there's going to be a lot of information in there. Very exciting. And yeah, hot damn, look at that. Look at that wall of things to go look at, guys. Click on the one you like the most, you know, no big deal. But anyway, thanks for
Look
being
on
here,
them all.
guys. Don't be dumb. Be safe. Have yourself a good rest of the week, and I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Don't be dumb, stay bold.
Stay bold.
Stay bold.
Bye.